It usually takes a few minutes for, okay, Stephen Blake. Got you. Stephen Blake. Yeah, if y'all have not heard Stephen play, yeah, please stick around. You've got to experience this artist. So this usually takes a few minutes just because my internet connection is in the Southwest and it's not great. All right. I think Raul's wanting me to read his poem, but I'm gonna read. I have a different poem today. Generalissimo Brian Franco's in the room. Greg Michaels, welcome everyone. If you would like to read tonight, drop your name in the chat and I'll get you on the list. We're buffering to go live on Facebook, so just please be patient. Technology today is a little bit challenging, but we love adversity, right? We laugh in the face of adversity. Generalissimo, I love how he talks about himself in the second person. So
funny. I only do that with you, sweetie pie.
Yeah, okay, my twin. Like I got your number already.
That's right, because when I'm talking about me in the third person, I'm talking about you in the third person. Because when we were in our mother's womb, we were one.
We were.
That's why we can never
like
get. That's why we can never get married. That's why we can never get married, right? Because it would just be sick. Don't you agree, Cameron? Twins shouldn't get married.
Oh my God! Guess what, G? When I come to New York, I want to do the. Damn, there is a food thing in the Bronx.
Like a whole bunch of little food carts somewhere.
Yes.
Somewhere.
Yes.
Is it like a baseball park or something? I think I've seen that on TV before.
I want to go to the Bronx and get some grub while I'm in New York.
Oh my God! But do you know how many Bronx people we know that can just take us around and give us the tour of all that stuff?
I would love that. Oh my God! And then Thomas Connor can take us to Brooklyn. Miro can take us to Staten Island.
Stephen Blank can take us to Scar's Pizza.
He can take us to Manhattan. Well, Manhattan. I mean, you got Lizzie Strauss, but yeah, wherever.
I would put in some time in Manhattan. I think
there's some places that I know in Manhattan too. Yeah. We definitely have to go. We definitely have a night with a whole bunch of people and a whole bunch of pierogies.
I take you to Grand Army Plaza in Brooklyn.
Wow.
Let's go. I'm all about.
I want to go to one of those little underground Chinese malls where you go and get like the best dumplings in the world or something.
Oh yes,
I've seen this like in Brooklyn.
Terry Rose Jerkson. That's right. She's in Jersey. Well, Nick's in Jersey too.
Oh, I was saying, I thought Terry was here because she did an amazing Humble Words today. She was so good. As a matter of fact, I might read some poems that I wrote during her thing in Humble Words.
Oh, I love that. Yes. I'm going to turn off my camera real quick because that might help speed things along.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to shoot off a text to her and tell her Humble Word poems to her. Hey, Kimlin, how was your thing last night? I'm sorry I missed it.
It's okay. It was wonderful. I really enjoyed it. It was like a dream come true thanks to Marissa and Word is Right. And had a
lovely.
Yeah, Jeff was there. Stacy was there. Jane was there. It was awesome. Thank you for asking.
It was really cool.
And Rose was there, yeah.
It was fun to have that, intimate time with a poet, like a whole hour. Well, actually, she went way longer. She was very generous with her time last night, and it was really nice to have that long duration, intimate experience with her.
I just want to say something else about you. And I think I said something to you last time I saw you, but you have just been looking so much more.
Recording in progress.
So that is how I used to see myself. Hollow. hollow.
You certainly are no longer hollow. You are full of life.
So yeah, so this is what this poetic journey has done for me, is that I have been given a chance to live and to not want to end my life anymore.
All right, so we are there. My computer had a bit of a fit, but it's okay. We're back. Easter's coming back in the room as well. At the top, you'll see when we are live on Facebook. Hi, Robert Fleming. I got you, Robert F. And then we'll go over the ground rules, housekeeping, all that stuff for tonight, and get rocking and rolling. I apologize for the tech delay. One of these days, I will get a faster computer that wasn't built 10 years ago, but hey, as soon as I get a faster computer, they'll just build a faster one. Oh, we can never get ahead, right? All right, UCP, I got you on the list. Urban Cowboy Poet, I got you. It's my computer, like I can hear the gerbil scratching on the wheel, just saying, I think I can, I think I can. It's going.
I was having technical difficulties of my own. I had to get out and back in a few times. Bye, Kimlin.
Positive thoughts. Positive.
Hi, Greg.
All right, so Easter's back. Everyone's back. It's going. It wants to go so bad. Come on. Okay, it says we're live. So great. The little box has not popped up that says we are live, but I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna go that we are live. If there's one of my peers who can double check on the Facebook page to make sure we are live, that would be super awesome, very helpful. Okay.
It says that we're live at the top of my page.
Yeah, I mean, the delay, okay, as long as it shows that you're live, that we're live, that's okay, good. So we're gonna start from here. We're gonna go. That's only one way, and that's fucking up. Not fucking up, but fucking up. Okay, so let's go. Welcome everyone to The Word is Right. I am your host tonight, Marissa Prada. So excited for this double feature. I've had this double feature on the books for quite a while, and you will not be at all let down or disappointed. These two women, we got Stacy, Dyson in the house, and Easter, Poetik, Desire. Like, you gotta get fired up about this because these women are changing the world, and I'm so freaking excited that they said yes and that they're here and they're going to devote some of their time to all of us. So it's fucking great. Some housekeeping things here at The Word is Right. Please keep yourself muted during performances, but afterwards, when people absolutely finish, get crazy, cheer them on, clap. And then readers, if you want to drop your stuff in the chat, any events you have coming up, any merch, books, shows, platforms, you can drop your cash handles, you can drop your social media handles, websites, all that stuff. Let's go. We want to push up poets, and we want to promote events, even if they are not Word is Right events. We will go about 20 minutes, and then we'll bring up our first feature tonight. And that is Stacy Dyson, unless Easter needs to go early. If anyone needs to go early or later, let me know. But otherwise, I just kind of go based on who arrives first, as the only way I can think to do it. But otherwise, then we'll go back to the open mic list. We'll go another 20 minutes. We'll bring Easter, Poetik, Desire up, and then we'll finish up the open mic list. Now, I cannot guarantee an after hours party because the Green Bay Packers are playing the playoffs tonight. And if it's a close game, I gotta watch it because it's magic. I gotta give them some good luck. Now, if it's a total blowout and we're winning or not winning, I'm not saying it. I'm not saying the L word. Then we can go into the after hours party because we're either celebrating or we don't give a shit about the rest of the season. So it'll be great. So please cheer on the Packers. And if you're a San Francisco fan, I'm fucking sorry, but I'm not sorry. All right. This is a poetry open mic. Anything goes. You can say anything that you want. You can say fucking shit and dick and pussy and all those wonderful words. You are not censored, except the only thing that I will not tolerate at any time is any type of hate speech. If I feel you're a threat to anyone in this room, you will be gone, baby, gone, and not allowed the fuck back in. I don't mess around with stuff. I run a tight ship here, and I want everyone to feel safe. Then the other issue is trigger warnings. Being that this is a poetry open mic and anything can fucking come out of people's mouths, there is no requirement for a trigger warning. So please understand that coming in, that you may hear things that are uncomfortable, and please take care of yourself. If you would like to use a trigger warning, we will champion you in that. We will applaud you for that, but it is not mandatory. All right. Those are the rules. Kemlin, I'm sorry, you had offered to help and I wasn't sure if you wanted to co-host. You're muted. I can't hear anything.
I would love to, but I can't because I have to go to California.
Totally fine. If there's one of my peers who would like to co-host, just to keep an eye on the waiting room, that you don't have to keep track of the list or do anything actually hard. All right, Doc Janny, thank you so much, Doc. I got you. Thank you, Doc, because that is really helpful for me, and it expedites people who are waiting, that they don't get caught up in that waiting room. All right, so on the list tonight, I got Jeff Cottrell, Doc Jenny, Diosa, Kemlin, Rose Gold, Stephen Blaine, Generalissimo, Robert F, and UCP. If I missed you, please drop your name in the chat or send a message directly to me. If I miss you, I promise it's not intentional. There's a lot happening behind the scenes. If you've never hosted an open mic, please come and check it out and give your hand at hosting here at Word is Right. We have openings for some shows tomorrow night. Oh my God. Tomorrow night is the debut of Rainbow Table Talk with Ma Dukes and Deadpan Lizzie Elizabeth Sophia Strauss. It is going to be an LGBTQ forward and friends forward open mic, and Ma Dukes and Lizzie have a panel of poets that are going to be discussing important topics in today's society that are around our queer friends and allies. And then they're going to be taking on discussion and dialogue and questions from whoever is in the Zoom room. They'll possibly do a workshop with it, but at least it'll be dialogue, discussion, very cerebral. So if you would like to do that, please check out our page. We have events almost every day of the week. This coming Monday, we have Moist Mondays with myself and Poet Khan Rasfaya, and we have our two features for that will be Cerebella Mental and Miss Zany. So like I said, almost every day of the week we got shows. We're very, very excited to do that. If you're interested in hosting or even just doing a workshop, then hit us up, let us know. We're going to get going today. All right, I'm going to go ahead and mute everyone who's not muted. Don't take it personally, please. It's just housekeeping. I'm going to open with a poem titled Down the Hatch and lube the mic for you a little, although this is not an erotic piece. And then we will bring up our first poet, Jeff Cottrell. You're on deck. All right, Down the Hatch. I feel like swallowing is a prerequisite for happiness. Expected, demanded, knees burdened with contusions, confusion as for what to do. Swallow, woman. Swallow your expectations soured with heartache. Swallow your pride and the private parts of your public life. Swallow the little girl giggling inside, for she will soon learn nothing lasts forever. Swallow your own slimy tongue and let it choke you on the way down. Swallow your hope for freedom is never free. Swallow your eyes and all the red flag daggers lodged inside. Swallow your own sex and achy hand. It will never replace the man you miss the most. Swallow your crusty panties that still carry careless insecurities. Swallow your voice that keeps crawling up from your chest, since no words will call him home to you. Maybe swallowing would have kept him next to me. Maybe swallowing would have made me sexier Maybe swallowing would have sealed another fate. Maybes are a madness of bruised knees needing to be carried, but I cannot carry myself. So I surrender to swallowing the deep throat of destiny. I hear it's not so bad, and maybe I will even come to enjoy it. Thank you. All right. Empowerment, ladies, I got you tonight. Let's go. I'm very excited. If you're coming in the room, you want on the list, drop your name in the chat. I got you. Up to the mic now. We got Jeff Cottrell. On deck is Doc Jennings.
All right, so the sad news, Marissa, is that I won't be in Nashville next month like I was hoping, because Omicron is just being a douche fuck, and now it's just going to be a Zoom feature. But I hope to get to New York at some point, maybe even in July, to catch up with you. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I don't know what my plans are tomorrow, let alone then. So here's an oldie I've been trotting out a lot lately, and I'm sure some of you have heard it before. It's called Empowerment. Help! Help! This huge rock fell on me! I'm trapped! I'm in pain! Somebody help! Hello? Hello! Help me! I'm trapped under this rock! I'm sorry, I can't hear you. I said help me! The rock fell on me! Speak louder, please. You're mumbling. Help me! I'm trapped under this big rock! Oh, you say you're trapped under that boulder there. Yes, it fell on me! And now you would like me to lift said boulder off and free you from its gravitational oppression. Yes, please, and maybe call 911. I think I've lost a lot of blood. So just to make sure I understand, you have trapped yourself into an undesirable circumstance and you would like me to take full responsibility for your delivery from it. Sure, whatever, just get this rock off me. You know, my friend, life is full of adversity. You can't escape it. But some would say that the true substance of a person's character lies not in what challenges one faces, but in how one responds to said challenges. What are you talking about? Just get this rock off me. Now, is that a productive response? Have frustration and panic ever served us well? Can you not find a more positive way to surmount this obstacle? Yes, I'm surmounting it by asking you to help me. Get the rock off me. My. What slow learners we human beings are. Isn't it funny? Sometimes the only way we can make progress in life is through the hard lessons. And that is why I'm going to help you, my friend. You're going to help me? Yes, I'm going to help you by not lifting that rock off you. What I am doing is empowering you, see? I am not giving you the easy way out. I am forcing you to take responsibility for yourself. I am giving you the opportunity to learn how to solve your problems and withstand the slings and arrows that life flings at us. And in the long run, isn't that a much more generous gift? Yes, that's very kind of you. Thank you. But I'd much rather you get this fucking rock off me now. Well, cursing and sarcasm certainly won't get it off. Now, here's what I do when life hands me a sour old lemon or two. I take a look at the situation from an objective viewpoint, and I ask myself, hey, how did I invite this into my life? What do I do to bring these little calamities upon myself? You see, by honest, rigorous self-examination, I can stop myself from making the same mistakes again. But to do that, of course, I have to take a step back and look at myself objectively. Do you think you can take a step back like that? No, I can't take a step anywhere because I'm trapped under a rock. Why can't you just get the rock off me? And what good would that do? I could bail you out, but what would you learn from that? There's only one person in the entire world who can change your life, and it's not me. Do you know who it is? A paramedic? No, I mean you. Only you are responsible for your own growth and improvement. And now that you know this, it's up to you to look in the mirror and make a change. That's where you get your power from. There, don't you feel empowered now? No, I feel trapped and racked with pain. Well, who's to blame for that? Not the world, not society, not God, and certainly not me. Think about that. Well, I'm glad we've had this little talk, my friend, but I've got to run. I'm already late for my meditation class, and then I've got Zumba. See you later. You're being a real asshole, you know that? Well, perhaps, but don't forget what Marilyn said. If you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. What the fuck does that even mean? Anyway, do take care of yourself, toodles. Wait! Get back here, you jerk! Get this rock off me! Oh, crap. Well, maybe a pointless and painful death isn't so bad. La la la. Just sitting here waiting to die. Now that I think of it, should I have paid more attention to that beware of falling rock sign over there? Well, maybe it is my fault. No, what am I thinking? It's the sign that's wrong. Thank you. That's called empowerment.
Oh my God, Jeff, we've got to find a grant and do some animated short films of your poems. Oh my God, yes. Oh,
I write these little two
hilarious.
voice things. I wonder, should this be a sketch?
Oh my,
Or should this be a poem?
yes, animated short films would be so, and the just think of it poem, and then others like oh my God, there's so many we could do. It's so fun. You're so fun. Please come to New York in July.
We'll see what happens. I'd love to.
Oh
I
my
miss
God.
New York. I haven't been there in like 5.5 years. I miss New York.
Yeah, that would be awesome. And Raul James is here, and he's in Toronto. I think Raul, you're in Toronto, aren't you? I think so. I think he's in Toronto, like you're in Toronto. So then you guys are in the same area, which is very cool. But yeah,
That's right. We've got 2 out of 21 Toronto coverage in this Zoom. Yeah.
You should have come to the thing. He had a whole poetry show this morning with lots of Canucks. So you would have felt at ease with the QUEs. All right. Yes, but thank you so much, Jeff Cottrell. If you have any features or anything, do you have anything coming up? He has to have something coming up. He always has something coming up.
I don't have a link yet for it, but the Nashville gig, Gestalt, is on February 26th. I believe it's 2:00 New Mexico time. That was the one I was going to come and do live, but then Omicron, is a jerk. So, and the important one, though, I'll put the link for this, March 19, is my Zoom book launch.
It's very
and
exciting.
There's going to be a bunch of guest performers, including Skylar, Jamie McCormick, Kathy Carson.
Yes.
Who else did I? And some Toronto friends and stuff like that. March 19, mark it on your calendar. Fun will be had.
All right, I want one of the first copies for sure. Absolutely. All right. Next up, we got Doc Janning, and after Doc is Diosa, and then
and Special K too. Special K. I also booked her.
Yes.
That's going to be a great show.
I love her. She's amazing. Yes, awesome. All right, so Doc Janning, are you ready?
I do believe I am. Okay, I'm going to start off with Transcendence. Time floods into, around, through, among dimensions, within dimensions. It creates, destroys galaxies, stars, worlds. In infinity and transcendence of being and not being, it exists in the Tao of the multiverse, amid hidden reflections of forever, and echoes of all the colors which ever were, are, or will be. It is a timeless kundun and darshan of itself, an eternal refraction and pavan of Hineni. Tabula rasa. On sensuous shores of darkness lies the voice of distant longing, breathing colors of love. Sodade, its sighing song. Midnight on the edge of forever, amid ululations of time and culmination of infinities, an intonation of passion. Amid sand mandalas of sound, flying through eternity, tabula rasa of heart and soul absorbs S of ecstasy, and the forever beyond forever in shadows of the multiverse soars amid seductive swellings into rhapsodies, rhapsodies of rapture. And I'll finish with the only constant, treading through eons of days and nights, dawns and dusks amid canyons of cloud, aware and unaware of daylight and dark, sunlight, moonlight, and starlight. Islands of sky gleam in sapphire and gold, silver and velvet, wandering through dreaming seasons of time and life, amid Aeolus's whispers and roars. Portals open, thresholds crossed into vistas of knowns and unknowns. Ephemeral becomes real in the breath and chimera of colors passing through the kaleidoscope of ages, all processing majestically, slowly, but as quickly as a sprag of lightning. And the only constant is change. Thank you.
Oh man, Doc Janning, everybody! It's almost like he's a poet laureate. All right. Next up, we have Diosa, and we will break for our first feature tonight. And we actually are switching the features, so we're going to bring up Easter Poetic Desire first, and each feature will have roughly 20 minutes. So we'll go over all that when I bring her up. But Diosa, are you ready? Diosa. And if not, they may have stepped away from the computer, and that's fine. I will just save them a spot when they come back. So no problem, Diosa. All right, so that means Kellen, did she leave? Oh my goodness. Are you here still, Kellen? Oh, of course she leaves like right as soon as she gets called. All right, so that means Rose Gold Poet, you are up. Are you ready?
I am. The green light means go? Okay. Lovelies and gentle humans, if you would indulge me for a moment, there is a message I need to share with you. Can I speak to your soul? Come closer. Let my words punch through your purple haze, the fog that's kept you wandering the desert of hopelessness for the last 87 years. Where you couldn't stop the voices that told you you won't, when not only you can, but you will. You're an assignment, oh peculiar ones, and this kind of job you can't call in sick. You stand out because darkness cannot contain your luminosity. There are too many to count in the land of the lost, so may your words be a lamp unto their feet. Do not look behind you, not even for a second, lest you be rendered impotent as the enemy's pillar of salt. Your baptism will be by fire surrounding you in the furnace for your crime of refusing to bow to the golden idols that tried to force feed you the big lie. Don't be afraid. The combustion will not harm you. Someone is standing with you in the flames. Those alien to this art must be christened gingerly. Be sweet-tempered in moderating their progression. The ink will sting at first, but I promise in due time, they'll find themselves fully immersed in infinitives. Hands cramped in gratification from hours, days, years of crafting provisions in manna, milk, and honey-tongued on the surface, but stand ever ready to launch verbal projectiles that break jaws upon egress. Do this in remembrance of thee, and he'll see to it your pen will never run empty. I'll not let you go until you bless me. I know my name and will not answer to what you didn't call me to be, nor what we weren't called to do. Let the fallen angels fumble, bristling, skin blistering from this heat wave, history recorded, legacy made. What you called we to capture, let no slanderer cast in shade. You do not have to scramble, finding the words when it is they who don't understand the language. As for the faithful, no need to lend us their ears. Their hearts will interpret the message and transport it back to their souls, for it is there where your book of life is written. Thank you.
Oh man, the poet rose gold, you guys. Holy smokes. Oh, you got anything coming up, beautiful? Anything you want to promote or tell us about?
There is a poetry anthology that just came out at the beginning of January called Rising Voices. And I am one of the 45 poets featured in that book. So if you go to universityprofessorspress.com, you can order it there.
Awesome. If you have that link, feel free to put it in the chat. Feel free to put stuff like this on Word is Right as well to try to get some more promotional things for what you guys got going on. We love all of it. All right, so we're going to bring up our first feature tonight. We have shifted up the list of readers, so I will put the open mic list. I'll retype it and put it in the chat for everyone because it has changed slightly now that Kenlin and Diosa are no longer here. But I will introduce our first featured reader tonight, Easter Poetic Desire. She is absolutely just this wonderful human being in these words, and she's gonna, don't let her fool you. She's gonna lull you into feeling safe, and then she's gonna come and bring some stuff. So strap in and be ready. That is the only thing that I can tell you. It's an absolute experience, these ladies tonight. Features, you have about 20 minutes, but I'm not going to mute you or buzz you or make a weird noise or anything like that. You don't have to use the whole time, but you may absolutely use the whole time, and you can even go over a little bit if you need to. If you need to ask how much time you have left, I will just keep track for you. I know it gets crazy when you're going at it, you're getting in a zone. So yeah, here we go. Easter Poetic Desire Dodds resides in Chesapeake, Virginia, but living in the military life her whole life is actually from many places. Exploring the many realms and experiences of life in poetic form began in high school, 9th grade, and has continued to grow and evolve since then. Her muse is life, but ultimately love. How does she explain her writing? Often as quote unquote, my poetry is a diary I share with the world. Many real life truths are the inspiration sprinkled behind each poem, a diary entry full of poetic reflections. She writes because she's found she has a way with words that is not only healing to others, but a form of healing for herself. To get lost in wordplay expressions revealing what lies deep in her heart, where only poetry understands the depths of her emotions, where only poetry is where she can find the right words to explain what she is experiencing or that of others. Poetry is her passion. It's what best allows her to reveal her truth to others. Love and heartbreak are often the underlying topics of her poetry, but you will find there is more to be desired from her words as she teases you with reflections of life's many varied experiences. You can find her Poetic with a K Desire on Facebook and Instagram, and 6-word memoirs, Poetic Pisces. Her Cash App is Poetic Desire, Poetic with a K. Unmute your mics, please. Give a warm round of applause to our first featured reader tonight, Miss Easter Poetic Desire. Woo!
Hey.
Oh no, did she get kicked out again? Are you here? Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I don't see her. Zoom kicked her out earlier too. Are you here, Easter?
I see her.
She's logging. It's logging her back in. Hang on. We get you. Take your time, Easter. Take your time. We got you. We're not going anywhere. We're here for it. It probably does what sometimes Zoom does to me, where it logs me out and then logs me back in. Here she comes. It's in and out. We can't see you yet, but that's okay. We can give it some more time to load.
But can you hear me at all?
It's really spotty and it shows that you're muted, but I can hear you, which means it's just there's a lag there.
I don't know what's going on with my phone today.
Do you want to go out and come back in? If you're on your phone, just double check that the app is updated, maybe. Because I can bring up another poet to buy some time.
I can try if it's not.
Oh, I see you. I see your beautiful face. All right, let's see. How's the audio?
Can you hear me now? Is it?
Yes. All right.
Okay.
Y'all unmute your mics. Give a big round of applause for our first feature tonight, Miss Easter, Poetik.
Woo! All right. Woo, thank you. Okay, let's see if we can get through this. I don't know what's up with my technical difficulties today. So thank you for having me, Marissa. I feel so honored to be here with y'all today. So thank you so much. So let me just get right into it so this can hopefully stay connected. All right, so let's start off with, are you ready for acts of poetic desire? Watch your desires unfold between each carefully desirably worded scene, designed, crafted, acted out for your poetic pleasure payout. Each act of poetic desire shall take as many takes we filmed until you are fully pleasured. All right, introducing poetic desire haiku. Unextinguished eye, your poetic desire burns within your soul. My specialty haiku. I specialize in seductive art of teasing till you are erect. Poetic tease haiku. This poetic tease tangles you with seductive words, entranced you'll stay. Tantalizing words haiku. I'll have you erect with my tantalizing words spoken through screen text. So we're not going to start out sweet yet, like Marissa was saying. Let's just go ahead and jump right in and show you what she was talking about. So I am in the anthology Touching Tongues through Marissa's, red and green book. So I'm going to read a few excerpts from the two poems that are in here to share with 30 plus sexy women that are in here. So it's really a good book that you might want to get and read, okay? So I'm going to start off with a haiku that's not in the book before I read this excerpt. It's called Anytime, Any Place, Ready for You, Baby. Anytime or place, my juices readily flow for your rod of love. Because in the book, we have the first one called Liquid Love. So I'm going to read a few excerpts from that. Hot streams of beaded water flow from a nozzled head, as slowly love's layers are stripped, bearing raw passion liquidly fed. Behind a thin curtain veil lies an oasis of eroticism immersed, soaking in swells of liquid love where two shall quench its urging thirst. Their bodies drip in heated warmth of cascading waterfalls of passion, dissolving into one another, emerging as love's slick, lubricated fusion. Where his stiff rod of liquid love easily slips, glides inside of her open-mouthed sex pool, searching for where orgasms hide. Tightly gripping wet-soaked bodies close, fluidic motions cry moans of ecstasy. Carnal passion revels in tubs of clear-coated semen as these two swim towards passion's rarest delicacy. Soaked in water's warmth, heat quickly becomes intensified as drenched bodies flare up, clenched in rapturous, euphoric expressions of intoxicated showers of love's dirty mess. But if you want to read the rest, you might have to get the book or wait until I might read the whole thing later, because there might not be time today. with all these technical issues. All right, so the next one, we're going to do a haiku that's not in the book. Love's destination. His sculpted arrow points to love's destination, V to the valley. Because this one is called Vagina Dialogue. Again, a few excerpts. My lips are sealed tight. Words are not what I part to whisper. When my lips do part, hear my sultry lispers. As your stiff, long, snake-like tongue kisses my lips with the end of your tip, my lips purse, surrendering in responsive attraction, urging you to enter between so I can suck and sip. Behind my sealed opening lies an esophagus which does not travel air, but instead invites your soft yet stiff obstruction to glide its way into my inner lair. Choking upon your initial entry, gagged reflexes spit back your dripping juices as slowly you slide along my inner passageway, massaging, stroking the walls of my internal flesh. Thrusting deep into my inner creases, you've thoroughly groped your way, searching for a hidden playground of elusive, erogenous peak zones of foreplay. Gripping tightly around your slit tongue, feeling every sensation as you shimmy all through my slender, dark, unguided tunnel, searching for my orgasmic zone, hiding in plain view. And again, there's more to it, but you'll have to find out later. Now, because that book was called this tongue twisted, let it roll off the tip of my tongue, curling and twisting, curving articulations, bending, contortioning to the sweet sounds of each letter. A mouth salivating that shows the taste of one sweet, soft-spoken word, whispering to the ear, thirsty and in need, a must to say your name. To breathe it in the air, exhale it with love, a form of oxygen that breathes life into every.
Oh no, something happened. I was just about to interrupt her, but I think she got booted out again. Oh no! Easter! Did it boot you out?
Okay.
All right, let's do this because it was so good. It was so good, but it started getting real choppy. Now we can't see you, so let's do this because I really want people to hear you, and I want people to hear you clearly. If you can, if you're up for it, to get all the way out of Zoom, maybe restart your phone, or update the app, then restart your phone and come back, and I will put you back on because it's real hard. I don't want you to get interrupted and be frozen and choppy. If that's okay with you. Okay, good. All right. I'm sorry, guys. Technology. You gotta love adversity. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We'll bring up Stephen Blaine, and he's magical, so maybe he'll appease the internet gods, and and then we'll see when we can get Easter back in. If anyone would like to get on the list who is not on the list yet, let me know. Hang on, here she comes again real quick. Hang on, Stephen. Okay, let's see. It's still very choppy and frozen. I'll type it in the chat. Well, she's on her phone. Maybe like get out of everything and update the app and then restart your phone and come back, because I want people to have the Easter Poetic Desire experience. Okay. All right, so we'll do that. So Stephen, if you would grace us with a song, please, and anyone else who would like to read to get on the list, let me know, please, and I will add you to the list. Thank you for your flexibility, everyone.
Thank you, Marissa. It's great to see you all. Thanks for hosting, Marissa, and for everybody getting together tonight. Everyone I've heard has been great. This is something I just put together the past couple days. It's called Mean to Me. Mean to me, you don't need to be mean to me. I love you so desperately, through and through. Mean to me, you don't need to be mean to me. A fool can hide from his destiny, so I do. Once upon a time, the stars did all align. Our romance was aflame. How was I to know one day you'd want to go, leave me holding on in vain? Mean to me, but how your kiss is heavenly. Well, if that's the way it's gotta be, go on and be mean to me. Once upon a time, the stars did all align. Our romance was aflame. How was I to know one day you'd want to go, leave me holding on in vain? Mean to me, but how your kiss is heavenly. Well, if that's the way it's gotta be, go on and be mean to me. Just go on and be mean to me.
Oh man, that's Stephen Blaine, everybody. Oh wow, Stephen! You guys can
Hi,
unmute your mics
Steven.
and applaud
Thanks for
that.
helping me with my pain as I'm dealing with root canal issues, but you know.
I'm sorry about that. That's tough.
Oh man. We're glad you're here, Nick.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here too. I'm feeling good though. I'm glad that my mouth is not hurting that badly from the pain.
Wait, Nick, did they use flames and stuff when you have the root canal? Isn't there something with fire?
That's
yeah,
just
to seal
for you,
to seal for what?
That's just for Generalissimo. They have to.
No, they do it. They do it. They cauterize it. Yeah.
They cauterize, yes.
I mean, it was a baptism by fire because it was my first root canal. So I mean,
oh no!
Yeah, not fun. Not fun.
All right, I do not see Easter's back yet, so we're gonna keep going. We'll go one more, and bring up. So we'll go Generalissimo, and then we'll bring up Stacy Dyson, and we'll see if Easter is able to get back in before or around that. Thank you everyone for just your patience and your flexibility with this. You know, being in the digital world, sometimes we cannot predict when technology will fail us, and inevitably it will. We just have to roll with the punches, and at least we're here, right? We're here for another day. So with that said, Generalissimo, Brian Franco, are you ready?
I guess I have to be.
You have to be. You don't want to go after Stacy Dyson, do you?
Oh, so Zoom is unable to detect my camera. God, this happened to me last week too. I'm gonna have to be cameraless. Is that okay with you, Marissa?
It's
Sorry.
totally you. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay, great.
Do you want me to hold your book up for you?
Yes, please hold my book up for me.
Okay.
Marissa? I don't have my information ready to put in the chat, but I'll have to do that too.
It's his book. Everything I Think is All in My Mind. Poems by Generalissimo Brian Franco. Because this would be what his cover was. So go get a copy of his book. This is the new matte cover that just came in. So it's I don't think it's not as shiny, but he'll love it. So I think it's just great.
I'll be able to photograph it without extra light. That's the big thing.
Yeah, you're gonna. They're on their way to you. So. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So let me go ahead and also there's more. The wording on the back is bolder. If you notice that, I changed the spine a little bit too. I added my name to the spine. Yeah, that's okay. Thank you. So let me go ahead and read. I'll read 3 poems that were recently written. The first I wrote last night, and it is entitled, Why Despite the Fact People Are Generally Roller Coaster Phobic, They Still Wait in Long Lines to Take a Ride. Sometimes life be a roller coaster. No matter how stagnant or unamusing it feels, sometimes life be a tsunami, though oceans have run dry and the world exists in perpetual drought. Sometimes life be a pool of quicksand, even though everywhere you turn, everything is made of concrete. Sometimes life be a pile of shite, despite there are roses everywhere. Sometimes life be exactly what it be, but it is seen through rose-colored glasses or with blinders on, whatever a blinder is, or blindfolded or blindly, like trying out a restaurant no one you know has been to or has yet to be reviewed. Life be a restaurant. Okay. And then I'm going to do 2 pieces that I wrote in Terry Rose Jertson's Tumble Words workshop tonight. So the first, she read some Neruda poems. And this is called Upon Arbitrarily Running into an Ex at Trader Joe's. One day, while squeezing persimmons at Trader Joe's, I espied a former lover of whom I hadn't seen in decades, of whom hadn't invaded my thoughts in decades, of whom had escaped my sleeping dreams over a decade ago, of whom broke my heart by surgically removing it with words that served as scalpel. This former lover walked over to me decades later and touched my shoulder lightly. This former lover dared look me in the eyes and said, "Hello, long time no see." This former lover said, "Should we grab a hot cup of lapsang souchong and catch up?" As if invoking my tea of choice from the past would not raise long dormant emotional keloids in my memory. I said, "Why not?" And then I wrote this after that because I was thinking about going out and buying a book of Pablo Neruda poems, because I had never really read a Pablo Neruda poem. And hold on, where's that poem? Oh, hold on. It's called Me and Mr. Neruda. I was almost 6 months shy of 66 when I read my first Pablo Neruda poem. That afternoon, a poetry workshop facilitator read 2 of his poems, and his words lingered in my psyche like the ghost of a past lover, lightly caressing my cheek with his fingertip to wake me the morning after we fell asleep all a tangle. The book I bought was a bare bones collection with no fancy cover art or illustrations, but the words inside transported me to a narrow cobblestone street in San Diego with row houses painted in arbitrary bright colors as if they were dance hall patrons in their sexy outfits waiting to prove their prowess on the dance floor. Thank you.
Yes, Generalissimo, Brian Franco.
Oh my God, did Terry Rose, was that Terry Rose? Did she make it in time to hear that?
Yeah, she's here. She's here.
Yeah, I heard it. Good. Great.
Everything
Your
that
fault,
comes
Terry.
to my mind. Poems by Generalissimo, Brian Franco. Go hit him up. Go get his book. Let's go. Woo! All right, so we now have the ship, the spaceship has landed, and they have delivered us Easter Poetic Desire. She's back. She's back in full force. And so y'all please unmute your mics. Let's give a warm welcome to our first feature tonight, Miss Easter Poetic.
Easter Poetic Desire in the house. Are you ready?
Thank you, Nick.
You know
Can
it.
you hear me okay?
Loud
Oh my
and
gosh,
clear.
it's a yes. You're perfect. Let's go.
Okay. This should not cut out. I'm borrowing somebody's laptop today because I have issues going on today that I'm not at home right now. All right. What do you want me to do, Marissa? Leave off wherever you last heard?
So we heard the first poem that you did was pretty complete. So it's up to you. If you want to restart your set, no one will be upset about that. If you want to continue on and do that after the first poem, that's okay too. I want you to do whatever you want to do. This is your time, and we're really glad that you're back.
Thank you. What does everyone want me to do? Anyways.
And thank you everyone for being patient. We appreciate you.
Did you finish hearing the excerpts from the book at least?
We got through most of it. I don't think we got through all of it. So if you want to just go ahead and I would just restart and let's do that because let's just go.
Okay. Start over. Thank you. Thank you so much, Marissa, for bearing with me. I really apologize. All right. So, like I said before, we're going to start off right with what you said that, I can just be the complete opposite and you won't know what to expect. So here we go. All right. Are you ready for acts of poetic desire? Watch your desires unfold between each carefully, desirably worded scene, designed, crafted, acted out for your poetic pleasure payout. Each act of poetic desire shall take as many takes, refilmed until you are fully pleasured. Introducing Poetic Desire Haiku. Unextinguished I, your poetic desire burns within your soul. My specialty haiku. I specialize in seductive art of teasing till you are erect. Poetic tease haiku. This poetic tease tangles you with seductive words. Entranced, you'll stay. Tantalizing words haiku. I'll have you erect with my tantalizing words spoken through screen text. All right, so like I said earlier, I'm in the Touching Tongues anthology, erotica anthology from Red or Green Books with Marissa, and it has like 30 plus women in it. Sexy, sexy stuff if you're looking for something enticing. So you've got to get it. Yes, Marissa, they've got to get it. I still have to get through the whole thing myself, but it's good stuff. So first, let me read you a haiku that's not in the book again, called Anytime, Any Place, Ready for You, Baby. Anytime or place, my juices readily flow for your rod of love. All right, now give me a moment to find my spot. Oh, there it is. All right, because it leads into the poem, Liquid Love. All right. Hot streams of beaded water flow from a nozzled head, as slowly love's layers are stripped, bearing raw passion liquidly fed. Behind a thin curtain veil lies an oasis of eroticism immersed, soaking in swells of liquid love where two shall quench its urging thirst. Their bodies drip in heated warmth of cascading waterfalls of passion, dissolving into one another, emerging as love's slick, lubricated fusion, where his stiff rod of liquid love easily slips, glides inside of her open-mouthed sex pool, searching for where orgasms hide. Tightly gripping wet-soaked bodies close, fluidic motions cry moans of ecstasy. Carnal passion revels in tubs of clear-coated semen as these two swim towards passion's rarest delicacy. Soaked in water's warmth, heat quickly becomes intensified as drenched bodies flare up, clenched in rapturous, euphoric explosions of intoxicated showers of love's dirty mess. And that was only half of it, so you'll have to see it in the book later. All right, and then the next one is another haiku that's not in the book, Love's Destination. His sculpted arrow points to love's destination, V to the valley, because this one is called Vagina Dialogue. My lips are sealed tight. Words are not what I part to whisper. When my lips do part, hear my sultry whispers as your stiff, long, snake-like tongue kisses my lips with the end of your tip. My lips purse, surrendering in responsive attraction, urging you to enter between so I can suck and sip. Behind my sealed opening lies an esophagus which does not travel air, but instead invites your soft yet stiff obstruction to glide its way into my inner lair. Choking upon your initial entry, gagged reflexes spit back your dripping juices as slowly you slide along my inner passageway, massaging, stroking the walls of my internal flesh. Thrusting deep into my inner creases, you've thoroughly groped your way, searching for a hidden playground of elusive, erogenous, peaked zones of foreplay. Gripping tightly around your slick tongue, feeling every sensation as you shimmy all through my slender, dark, unguided tunnel, searching for my orgasmic zone, hiding in plain view. And again, that was only half of it, so get the book and you can see what else is left. All right. Now, before I knew she was going to call the book Touching Tongues, I had another poem that I should have submitted, which was called Tongue Twisted Teasings. So this one, I already gave you the title. All right. Let your name roll off the tip of my tongue, curling and twisting, curving articulations, bending, contortioning to the sweet syllables and sounds of each letter. A mouth salivating at just the taste of one sweet, soft-spoken word, whispered into the air, thirsty and in need, a must to say your name. To breathe it in like air and exhale it with love, a form of oxygen that breathes life into every core of my being as it enters, sweeping over my tongue, reaching deep into the back of my throat, vibrating in unison, phonetic thrusting of each letter sound against my tonsils, releasing an orgasmic reaction, a satisfying stimulation, screaming silently through your whispered name and delightful moans of pleasurable persuasions to taste each tongue twisted teasings encore. And so now I will say his name. Prepare as my body won't be tamed when I say, well, why don't you just insert your name? All right. So I like to do what's called 6-word memoirs, 6wordmemoirs.com. So that's that right there. That's what my profile looks like. So you can search for Poetic Pisces, not Poetic Desire, but Poetic Pisces on 6wordmemoirs.com. So all you do is come up with a thought, but only put it in 6 words. So it's a little tricky to be so concise, but you can get profound stuff. And sometimes a poem comes from a 6-word, or I create a 6-word from a poem. So you'll see a mixture of those called backstories on some of those where I might have a poem. So here's one of those. The 6-word title is Delectable Desserts Tempt My Objectionable Etiquette. Looking so scrumptious, I undress you with my eyes, salivating upon your tantalizing appearance, ready to taste what you have inside. As I dig into your mouth-watering morsels, I begin to lose my sense of self, allowing objectionable etiquettes to endorse indulgent satisfactions felt. I begin to devour you instantly, first slowly, then expeditiously. Distinct sounds escape my mouth, expressing rapturous delight in your delicacy. Once I've come to your last crumb, I've reached my climactic, orgasmic end as I release a big sigh of, satiated by your palatable blends. And then a few other sixes because it's snowing here in Virginia yesterday. This one is your lips defrosting Jack Frost's kiss. And then I've submitted a bunch of 6-word memoirs over time, and some of them have been put in books. So I have one that was put in the best advice in 6 words. I used to teach in a classroom, and so this one was advice about teaching. So it's on that page right there, and it is teaching will test your improvisational abilities. All right. And then more recently, they had one about the pandemic, so I submitted for that. A terrible, horrible, no good year. Lots of good stuff in here. So if you ever get on that site, you want to see some 6-word memoirs and buy the books, go ahead and then check out what I've got on there as well. So mine is on the last page over here, which might be hard to see, but changing day pajamas to night pajamas. We're stuck at home, right? So change from one PJs to the next, I guess, right? There you go. And then more recently, a couple of mine have become what's called Memoir of the Day. So they pick one to post as the Memoir of the Day. And so that one is life-changing, rearranging, hoping, coping, kaleidoscoping. And if you search that on the site for me, you'll see that I have a poem called Kaleidoscoping attached to it, if you want to check that out sometime. All right, so for the next few poems, if you've ever felt like you were stuck in a love triangle, lost your true love, never forgot about him, maybe you want him back, you know, the one who got away and your heart never gave up on him, well, here's a couple poems along that kind of theme. This one is a haiku first. Tears of love lost. Teardrops flood the room, my heart shattered, drowning in love's tragic fate. Haiku, silent love. Quiet like still air, tiptoes, you don't know how I love you in silence. So this first poem is called Ghost Kingdom. My mind loops, rewinds, replays, images of a life I wish I was living today. It's an alternate reality dreamt so many times in my imagination till it's my winning prize. This ghost kingdom forever haunts me, never allows me to forget ghosted regrets tailgating me. It's been there my whole life, always in my rear view. I can't ever fully escape it because reality needed me to stay true. True to what was before me, true to my destined path, true to the butterfly effect. My choices became my own wrath. Yet I can't let go of this fantasy, this world I created for me, an imaginary place of escape created just for us to exist freely. You are my ghost kingdom, a spirit of true love I lost. You were right there within my grasp. Since then, I've paid the ultimate cost. The cost of my sanity, the cost of my soul, the cost of my truest happiness, giving up a piece that made me whole. Traces of you continually fade in and out, your beautiful mirage image, a beckoned reminder of my doubts. You keep returning back to me, keeping me stuck in this looped scene, yearning for what should have always been mine in this realm of reality. So the next poem I'm going to share with you is one I've shared a couple of times, might be one of the first poems and only poems maybe that I can sort of remember from the top of my head. I still need to practice that, like some of you other great poets out there, remembering it and reciting it without a piece of paper. Anyways, if you go on the internet and search up Illogical Love by Easter Dogs, back then, about 2015, by Guerrilla Ignition, they posted an audio clip of me reading this poem as well. So you can find that online if you want to hear it again as well. So this is going to be started with a haiku first. She'll never be me. Fool yourself. Stay with her replica of me, though she'll never be me. All right, so this is Illogical Love. You called me up one day, you said, I really do love you, but babe, this situation's gotten a little bit tangled. You say you're torn between two loves, how will you ever choose? It's evident that in the end, a love of yours will lose. On one hand, you've got the true love of your life, the one you've always promised would someday be your wife. Yet on the other is someone new you haven't known long, but you feel it's her you must choose, or is your choice wrong? Your heart is beating, pounding hard, trying to break through, to tell you you should pick the one who truly loves you, the one who understands you best and makes you feel whole, a love that's never questionable, a love that knew its role. But your mind is saying, think this through. The one that really needs you most stands before you. The one who needs someone more caring in her life. The one your mind says needs the most to be a wife. But what logic is that, this logic of the mind, when in your heart you've known what you felt this whole time? How illogical is it to base your choice of love on who is more deserving to receive heaven sent from above? For the love you left back home sits and waits for your return, faithfully loving you unknown to what she'll soon learn. That you now ask for her opinion on what you should do. You ask her, should I pick another or should I pick you? But the answer she can't give, for it's your choice to make. Of course she wants it to be her down the aisle you take. Yet the new love that stands by your side this day seems to need love the most, love to guide her way. But I'm sorry. I just lost my train of thought. She's been through quite a lot in life. You feel you're her savior, but how illogical is it, the choice of your behavior? Your heart is beating, pounding hard, trying to break through, to tell you you should pick the one who truly loves you, the one who understands you best and makes you feel whole, a love that's never questionable, a love that knew its role. But your mind is saying, think this through. The one that really needs you most stands before you, the one who needs someone more caring in her life, the one your mind says needs the most to be a wife. But what logic is that, this logic of the mind, when in your heart you know what you felt this whole time? How illogical is it to base your choice of love on who is more deserving to receive heaven sent from above? For both loves need you equally the most, even though both of your loves live on separate coasts. Yes, the one your heart has always known lives too far away, but if it's true the one for you, wouldn't you choose to stay? With the love you've invested all your heart, mind, and soul, a love that's never questionable, a love that knew its role, a love you knew you could count on against all odds, a love your mind can almost understand, enough to give a nod. Yet your heart is not convincing enough. Your mind wins in the end. Your heart unwillingly is torn, waves its white flag around the bend, as the illogical mindset coasts to the finish line of choice, giving way to an illogical love meant for the one who needs it most. And then this haiku is who belongs together. You're with her, yet still you're thinking of me. Now which one doesn't belong? Do I still have enough time, Marissa? I got like 2 more.
You have like 5 minutes.
Okay, let's see what I can get through. A robbery of love haiku. Time invested, heart unguarded, love withdrawn as trust was abducted. So this poem is called Love at Gunpoint. He's armed, no weapons, just armed with a heart, aiming love towards 2 not one. He's being a lover, not a fighter. Well, rather a lover fighting battles within to find ways to win, to not surrender his fender, blender hearts run through a blender, no longer wanting to be a pretender, but now a defender, to armor his heart with bulletproof protection, to protect the love, his one true love he has safely guarded, a priceless, timeless, feels so meant to be, it's crimeless. For how can it be a crime to honor a love your heart never let go? How can it be a crime to want to have what was always supposed to be yours? He always shielded her for pain, always took that bullet for her as his own, to sacrifice for her, yet he replaced her, wanted to save her from heartaches he knew he didn't want to put her through, yet unwillingly, but willingly, put another surrogate love through the ringer, let the stand in love steal the rest of his heart while robbing him of his soul, for his soul only belonged to one. Now he's trying to pick up these shattered pieces strewn across trails spanning years upon years, fervently trying to mend bleeding hearts back into beating hearts after taking a huge striking blow, a shot that ripped through her core, killed her so deep, yet why does her love for him still seep? Why does his love for her still weep? He had a weapon, love, the deadliest weapon of all, handled it irresponsibly, trigger misfired, hurt the one he loved most, committed love suicide. She had the same weapon too. Her love held him at gunpoint, revealing flashes of what could have been. Now she has surrogate love. Well, she's armed to the teeth, aware from day one the impactful strikes his forsaken true love could have upon their undestined union, saw sign after sign, a trigger that would remain a field for end to what she thought could be hers wholeheartedly. So with his every suspicious action, every word he spoke is question, she eyes him like a hawk, hovers over him like a helicopter. She's armed with weapons of words, distrust, and glaring looks that strike with as much force, sharp pain, and hurt, firing off consecutive rounds as her suspicions stay locked and loaded, aimed with love's sharpshooter focus to target his lies a mile away, target his bobbing and weaving waves. Her love's bullet tracks him like a missile. Her love holds him at gunpoint too. She dares him that she'll pull that trigger to mortally wound him to his core, pull that trigger resting up against his temples as if to her it sounded so simple to shoot away every stored memory he ever held dear of her, his safely guarded true love he always kept near, nearer than she really knew, yet as near as she always first feared. But now he holds love at gunpoint to both. Surrogate love stares down a barrel of truth, realizing she'll never have the depths of his love, which he only shared and gave to his one true love. True love stares down a barrel of love rekindled, yet it never dwindled, just found its way back, but is asked to be his, but not as his one and only. She'll be an addition, as he asks both of them, can we mend this rip together? Live agreeably, or I can love you both without killing a love forever. If it's okay, I would love to read one more poem I had in mind, but that's up to you, Marissa.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So I'm going to end this on a good note after reading those poems. And when you know you've found the one for you, you'll know it as this poem says, and it's called You Are Enough. Never fear, my dear, you will always be more than enough for me. You are the sun that brightens my day, glaring out views of melancholy worries, shining through with rays of laughter, recharging my solar energy battery. That is my pulsating heart of affection and adoration for you. You are the starry night sky, daring me to be a shooting star of dreams, to wish upon your northern star, a star possessing all my heart's desire, fatefully shimmering guided paths, always leading back to you. You are my compass rose of petaled perfection, directional loves me not, seeking destined love that's oddly numbered, arrow always spinning round and round until magnetic attraction finds you, locks in on you, pulls me closer and closer until I found my way back home My home is you. You are my world, my galaxy, a love so supernatural it breaks all boundaries, rockets us to infinity and beyond. I'm beyond amazed by how much joy you bring to my life, beyond amazed by this connection of truthful confessions with no objections, discovered in uncharted territory, a cosmo inspired, uniquely unending, extant, expansive of supernova love and truth, exploding into scattered stardust, twinkling representations of love's most beautifully remembered remnants. You are the fire burning, warmth of passionate embers, blazing through my heated heart, rising temperatures, boiling points reached. I'm bubbling over with ignited intoxication, a volcanic eruption of residual effects resulting from built-up, intensified urges, flames of impulsive, stimulated arousal spreading out of control, impassioned inferno of ecstasy. You are my Arctic iceberg, glacial-tipped mass floating above the surface, revealing just enough to outsiders. But down below hides depths of your charismatic nature, a massive feature that is your soul, lying beneath calm waters, awaiting to find that someone who can break your surface. Like the Titanic, sailing through a cloak of darkness, you've become exposed when least expected. I've scraped across your outer shell, now swimming in your depths, daring to chip away at your guarded secrets, slowly sinking into the mysteries of you. Together, we stay joined, frozen in time through promises to never let go, sacred moments of togetherness. You are the missing part that completes me. Being with you is as natural as breathing air. I inhale your life force, exhale my life's joy, for I have never been happier than I am when I am with you. You are everything I never had and everything I never knew I needed. Without you, my life has no foundational meaning. For you have been the centralized core of me. Every fiber of my being, every nerve ending is connected to sparked messages influenced by your essence of love infused with my soul. I am who I am because of your unconditional love, through your need to have me as your forever love. Your reminders and encouraging endorsements bravely challenges self-beliefs, a belief in myself to be myself. Don't worry about what others think. Only believe in my own self-image. Have the self-esteem to believe that your image of me is not a biased view, yet is the only view of me that truly matters, the only perception of me that I should focus on and believe in besides my own. For I am in love with myself when witnessing how impressionable I appear in your eyes' visioned reflections of me. You are enough for me because I am enough for you. You are enough for me because you are more than I ever imagined. You are enough for me because through your eyes, I am number one. You are enough for me because I will never find anything else more perfect than our supernatural cosmic connection. Thank you. And of course,
yes, you all unmute your mics. Please give it up for Easter Poetic Desire.
Yes.
So be sure to look me up at Poetic Desire.
Poetic Desire did all the words and was amazing.
Yes, absolutely.
Just
Wonderful.
lovely. Yes, thank you, Easter, so much, and thank you for getting the laptop, and thank your neighbor for the laptop and the internet. Like teamwork makes the dream work. Absolutely. Thank you, neighbor, so much for letting Easter do her set. Yes, let's go. Do you have anything coming up? Anything that you'd like to promote or announce?
no, I don't really have anything else coming up right now. Usually I'm on the New Yo, as some of you have seen. So the New Year Weekend Poets Cafe online, Mondays and Thursdays. I try to check others out when I get a chance, but I don't know, there's a lot of good stuff out there to keep up on. Sometimes I need my sleep though.
I know. It doesn't help that we do shows every day of the week, right?
Yes. You will not have a hard time finding something if you wanted to try. There's a lot of good stuff out there, a lot of people we see that are now doing their own things. I'm so proud to see everyone jumping in and taking over their own open mics as well. So it's awesome. Awesome work.
Very cool. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Easter. So remember, if we were in the cafe, we would have the hat going around. And I say this between all of the features that we do on Saturdays, because it's monumentally important that we start monetizing poetry, and we start being generous and dig into our pockets. There's 26 people in the room tonight. If everyone just sent each of the features $3, that would be a very nice payday for their features. And if you think, well, shit, I'm not going to send Easter $3, that makes me cheap. No, it does not. If everyone who said I'm not going to send Easter Poetic Desire $3 would have actually sent her $3, she'd be a lot fucking richer now. So please just do it, right? It takes a village. Teamwork makes the dream work. So please just do that. Cash App is Poetic Desire, Poetic with a K. If you do not have Cash App, you have PayPal or a different type of tender, let us know at The Word Is Right, and we can go ahead and either get that money through PayPal or another means and send that to the poets. So there should really be no reason why we can't forward tips to the features. We don't have a ticketed price for admission on this show, and you're getting 2 amazing features. So in order to continue doing this, we really need you guys to be just spending a couple dollars for each feature. That would be perfectly fine. All right. Now, if you want to put zeros on the end of that, that's fine too. All right. So we're going to continue with the open mic list. We got Robert F. and then Urban Cowboy Poet. Then we're going to bring up our second feature tonight, Stacy Dyson. Thank you so much for being very patient tonight with the tech difficulties. I appreciate you, each and every one of the poets who's reading, as well as our second feature tonight, Stacy Dyson. All right, Robert F., are you ready?
I am. Good evening. I'm Robert Fleming. I'm a word artist from Delaware. I'm going to start off with a flash fiction piece, which is 100 words, and it's an alternative form. It's called Life Doesn't End with Death. Press release, London, 1st January 1818. Lackington, Hughes, Harding, Mayer, and Jones publish Frankenstein by Anonymous. Body parts from different corpses are sutured in the alive place. Eyes on face front and anus in the rear. 10 feet of surgical thread and a Singer sewing machine are used to stitch. Electricity exhumes a creature to alive. Dr. Frankenstein gives his creature his name. The creature speaks and walks. A creature so ugly that it is beautiful. The Frankensteins search to find love and their place in their world. Next Monday, buy the Morning Herald to find out Frankenstein's author's name. So that was my first one. And what I learned before I wrote that piece is that Frankenstein was published by Mary Shelley, but because she was a woman publishing a novel in the 1800s, it was first published as anonymous. And my second one is, it's a satire on this sayings from Rumi. Who's familiar with the poet Rumi? Okay, so now I'm going to show you my satire of it. What is Urmu? Non-accepting of Rumi as he is. If we accept Urmu, it becomes romance. What is Urmi? accepting of poison as it is. If we accept me, it becomes a potato. What is mure? Accepting of fear as it is. If we accept mure, it becomes fur. What is amri? Accepting of envy as it is. If we accept Henri, it becomes an emerald. What is Ymir? Accepting of anger as it is. If we accept Ymir, it becomes a bird. What is Miru? Accepting of hatred as it is. If we accept Miru, it becomes love. So that was my satire of Rumi, and I will be featured next month at the open mic Pandora's Box, and my writing will be featured in a Southern Maryland magazine called Wild World, and the theme for that issue was winter. So I have a piece about winter in that one. And thank you for welcoming me from the East Coast in Delaware.
Yes, thank you, Robert F. Thank you so much.
Woo-hoo,
All right,
Robert F.
Next up, we got Urban Cowboy Poet, and then we're breaking for our second feature tonight, Miss Stacy Dyson. And then we have Terry Rose Dirksen, Nick P. Mars, and Gigi, if she is able to be here at the end. If anyone would like to get on the list who is not on the list, let me know, and we'll get you on. All right. Urban, and so everyone knows, next Saturday we have a double feature with Urban Cowboy Poet and Levi Miracle from right here in New Mexico. If you are not familiar with Levi Miracle, he is a sensational poet and musician, and the two of them are teaming up to double feature right here, same place, same time, different Zoom link at The Word Is Right next Saturday. All right, UCP, we're down with UCP. What you got?
Hi, I got this background, but it comes out backwards. I don't know how to fix it. It says if Aaron Rodgers had Allstate instead of State Farm, he'd be protected from mayhem like this.
Yes, UCP! As long as he's protected, we don't care. Right now, we're winning. Knock on wood, all day long. We gotta just every game win to all the way.
Go Niners! Go Niners!
No, you. All right, I'm muting you, UCP. No, I'm just kidding.
I've been a Niners fan since I was in San Francisco in the 80s.
It's okay. I love you.
Okay, but I'm still featuring next week. You can't stop me. I'm going to do a legend about California. How's that? On a hot day in the summer, Charlie did what he loved most. He went scuba diving off the California coast. No better way to keep cool than exploring in the water. What Charlie didn't know was that his day would get much hotter. As he was hunting clams and stuff and flippering around, from above the surf, he heard a whoopa sound. Charlie got to wondering just what that could be, and a round metallic vessel started submerging in the sea. He felt himself being pulled aboard by some powerful suction. What the heck was going on? Alien abduction? Was Charlie being hijacked to some aqueous moon of Jupiter by flippered beings who think that he's just like them, only stupider? No, while Charlie was out there swimming around and playing scuba games, 100 square miles of forest land was going up in flames. The U.S. Forest Service had to set its plan in motion. They sent a fleet of aircraft to scoop water from the ocean. It weren't a flying saucer, just a Forest Service chopper carrying seawater, fishes, crabs, and Charlie in its hopper. 1 minute Charlie's in the sea, then in the wild blue yonder. Next thing he knows, he's fighting fires. He's become a first responder. When the pilot dumped his bucket on the patch he aimed to soak, Charlie landed in the branches of a blackened red oak. He dived equipped with tank and mask, flippers, and wetsuit, but he forgot to bring along his fireproof parachute. Later, when the Rangers surveyed damage they could see, they spied a curious crispy critter hanging in a tree. Is that a bear way up there? One ranger had asked. Not unless a bear would wear 2 flippers and a mask. California firemen's wives were so proud of their spouses who fought to save the pot farms and the $1 million houses. If you'd asked old Charlie's wife, she'd have said the chance was 0 that her scuba diving hubby would turn out to be a hero. When they ID'd Charlie, his wife cried, but her head couldn't be held higher. He was credited with extinguishing 2 square yards of fire. Fate's a bitch when a man goes diving looking for adventures, winds up burnt so bad he must be ID'd by his dentures. Thank you.
Yes!
Woo!
Urban Cowboy Poet!
See me next week here, right here.
We'll see you. Yes, next Saturday, same place, same time, different Zoom handle. Everything is already on the Word is Right's Facebook page. We're booked all the way through April with features. And we have our Black History Month event. 22 poets are already confirmed. The event is already up. And we're so flippin' excited for all the things that are coming down the pipe here at the Word is Right. And what Greg?
And go Niners.
No, wait, let me mute you real quick. Mute Greg Michaels, you're muted. Go Pack, go! I'm gonna message you when we win tonight. Oh, nothing personal. If y'all are 49ers fans, I ain't got nothing but love for you, except during playoffs. Don't mess with me during playoffs. So here we go. Next up on to the stage, we have our second feature tonight, who I'm bananas excited to introduce. In fact, she's just as lovely in person. I've met this poet multiple times now in person, and she is sensational and life-changing, and she shakes my world in the most prophetically profound, poetic way. I have her 2 books here, and I read from them often on my Instagram show, believe it or not. I'm like, I can never do Stacy Dyson, but I'm going to tap into my inner Stacy Dyson when I read. She has her books, Lovely and Suffering, which I'm sure she will promote while she is here today. And then she also has Follow Me on This. Absolutely game-changing books. Please support these poets. Get their merch, get their books. Feed your brain, right? Feed your brain poetry. It's absolutely necessary. All right, so here is her bio, and I will welcome her up, and we'll continue to get going tonight. If you're just joining us and you'd like to get on the open mic list, let me know. I will get you on. All right. Stacy Dyson is a Black female poet who explores, illustrates, illuminates the history, self-image, and philosophy of the Black woman. Based in San Diego, she has performed and workshopped in Oklahoma, South Dakota, New Mexico, Massachusetts, California, Nebraska, Texas, and Colorado. Author of 6 chapbooks and 5 spoken word CDs, her play Fanny's Girl, a 411 and 5-part attitude, is a Colorado Women's Playwright Festival winner. Former Poet Laureate for Imagination Celebration Colorado Springs, and the CEO, lead poet of women's writing and performance groups Dragon's Wing Colorado Springs and Page to Stage Women's Voices out of San Diego. She was the 2009 nominee for Poet Laureate for the state of Colorado. Featured in venues all over San Diego, she is currently touring with her 2 new collections of poetry, Lovely and Suffering and Follow Me on This. Future projects include a new play titled August 5000 and an online women's writing performance group called Fire Scribe. You can find her Facebook and Instagram, St. Rains, but I'm sure she'll tell you all of that. Her Cash App is SAINTRAINES. See, I was right, St. Rains. It's all spelled out. She does have PayPal and Venmo as well, so we'll pop those in the chat. They are available on the Word is Right's event page under description. So if you need those and you don't find them, or you're watching this show back later, let us know and we'll hook you up with Miss Stacy Dyson. Please unmute your mics. Give a warm round of applause for our second feature tonight, Miss Stacy Dyson.
Stacy Dyson, we're ready. Let's go.
Woo! Yes, ma'am. Let's go. Let's go.
No pressure, y'all. No pressure. That's fine. Thank you so much, Marissa. Thank you so much. I am not feeling in any way organized this evening, so y'all are going to get what I decide to give you in no particular order and no titles, because you know me and I just don't have time. My not so dear sirs, on behalf of sisters everywhere, I am reclaiming the word angry, because we are not supposed to be that thing. Never mind what happens to us. Never mind the insults thrown in our faces on every level, every day. In the name of sisters everywhere, I want to reclaim the word strong, not used as it is now, not used as a weaponizing force to undermine our vulnerabilities, simply an acknowledgement that we can kill you 14 different ways, with our tears, or bent backs, or open thighs. Yes, we will still be patient and long-suffering. Just only in the way that you are patient and long-suffering when you are studying the enemy and ready to spill blood before nightfall, before dawn. Because we're supposed to be quiet and patient and strong. We are not supposed to be angry when you rape us, betray us, murder our children, cheat us in finance and government. You tell us, expect us to lick your tears and be glad of the water. Every sister on this planet has done time at the altar of white male privilege. Every sister on this planet has done time trying to hold her head up while burying her heart in the dirt, or having it torn to shreds and buried for her. We are reclaiming it all. We are using the words as they are meant to be used, which means we are through listening. We are over conversation. Past the indignity of letting other people define, legislate, social more, condition us into any truth but the one real truth. In the name of every sister in this place, on this planet, in the name of every sister, been forced to breathe deep and smile to keep her children, her job, her man, her soul intact. I hereby reclaim our voices, reclaim our space, claim, encourage, ride in bold on our anger. I hereby reclaim our time. From the time I was a little girl, I heard two things: be more, be better. Whether it was dress, behavior, speech, grades, whatever it was, as a girl, I was expected to be more, be better. See, you were told boys could slough off. It was okay because boys would be boys, but girls had to be women. You weren't even given the choice of an in-between. We had to know how to take care, be strong, take care, be present, take care, pull the race forward, take care, be more, be better all the time. I would have enjoyed hearing at least once, be more about yourself. Be better about doing things for you. I would have enjoyed hearing at least once, be more appreciated. Be better about who you let into your heart and your life and your bed. I would have appreciated hearing just once, you don't have to be more of anything or better at everything. You are a Black woman. Let them come to you. I don't see that happening anytime soon. And I am sorry. Sorry too, I am sorry. Sorry for my little sisters who grow up under the burden of be more, be better, be more, be better, be more, be better, because it's never going to be for us or to us. We are world over, centuries older, the hand that rocks the cradle. We are somewhere in the background of every man who has ever taken power. We are the strong ones, the unassailable ones, the ones who keep on kicking, keep on ticking, keep on fighting. We have to do more. We have to be better because the world collapses without us. We have to do more. We have to be better because we know in our blood and bone that civilization does not exist without us. We have to do more and be better just to stay one step behind. And all that do more, be better guarantees nothing. We are still paid 69 cents on the dollar. We are still ignored as if we do not exist in policy and opinion. When we are assertive, then we are bossy and aggressive. When we are demanding of our rights, then we are unfeminine troublemakers. When we, God forbid, express an opinion that does not fall into lockstep with whatever the current thought and policy is, never mind that said policy affects our health, our rights, our bodies, we're called traitor, ingrate, bitch, and weak. We are none of those things. We are simply forever, forever trying to be more, be better, be more, be better, be more, be better, be more, be better. So just for y'all, well, not just for y'all, let me not lie, but for y'all. This is a new one, relatively new. I wrote it a couple of weeks ago. Let me hold you tight, if only for one night. Let me keep you near to ease away the fear. It would be so nice if only for one night. I send you music because I cannot touch you yet. I'm good, but not that good. My lips cannot reach yours across a continent. My tongue cannot explore every inch of that, ooh, baby, make me ache body from however many miles away, but I can send the music, send a seduction, message a massage. It serves to bank a fire that cannot be extinguished. Again, sugar, don't get me wrong, I am very, very good, but not that good. I cannot dampen an ardor that has grown from the moment I heard my language leave your mouth. That poet's tongue beguiles me, touches me where you cannot, where you haven't yet. But you will. Of that I have no doubt. I send you music because watching your body move for 24 hours would be too exhausting and too exciting and ultimately not satisfying enough for my hunger. I won't tell a soul. No one has to know. If you want to be totally discreet, I'll be at your side, if only for one night. Because the sound that interests intoxicates us is my way of saying, anytime you have time, we can keep time. Until I'm free to catch your rhythm with my hands, I search archives for songs that make my throat and heart and body ache, mostly for you. The ache is overdue and pleasurable. I don't want it to go away. You are overdue and pleasurable. I don't want you to go away. I hope I've made that clear. I send you music because I can't summon you like a wish, But for right now, I have to treat you like one charming one. You disturb me in all the right ways. Please, keep moving to the music I send you. Fingers and smile, and soon I can stop wearing my fingers on my laptop keys and let them dance all and over your beautiful, beckoning light. Marissa, honey, just for you. I am reading my 5th story this week about some Anglo chick who lost her shit, showed her draws, as my Southern cousins used to say, and went live on a sister in public. Then got all puddled up when she got called on aforementioned shit. She apologized. We laughed. And she got mad again. I mean, for real, y'all, sisters got things to do. Your saltwater machinations, manipulations have ceased to be an object of pity or interest. And the fact that we no longer give half a damn really has you up in arms. But I do want to pause and give a shout out to the incredible amount of energy it must take to be your dainty and breakable selves these days. In between the fragility, weaponizing tears, and the tone policing, you wonder when white women have time for anything else. It must be exhausting. All that running from imagined slights and or the truth, all that actually having to behave like an ally. I said behave like one, not be one. So that you can make your daily, weekly, hourly proclamations about the level of your wokeness must have you bending deep and gasping for air. Tell me, what kind of tennies y'all use? Because my true allies, all my sister girls, been digging in bare heels, bare hands, bare breasts, and hearts to delay, clean up, escape the mess you leave in your wake. Those tears just leave us slick and nasty for us to fall and break our hearts on. But I understand. When one is fatigued, one cuts corners. After all, the goal is the finish line, where you can be cautiously, carefully handled, wrapped in old lace and cotton wool for the rest of your life, promising the same for your daughters. I know, y'all are tired, poor things. Having to slog through being told, be honest or be quiet. Having to make your way through having to make account of your actions. Well, no orange slices and water from us. No comforting bosoms upon which to lay your misunderstood and addle heads. No iron tablets or pep talks. Your tears and tantrums, your so I can seem correct non-apologia stopped being important or taken seriously as soon as this country ripped apart our wounds and made us wash in the corrupted, filthy blood, made us stir our tears into tea that you thieved and drank, declaring the thirst to be equal, declaring that we would all drink the same because sisters share. You're right, we do, you don't. Selfishness is exhausting too. But we know y'all are tired. What with calling the cops, making complaints, asking for the manager, telling us to be quiet, telling us not to cry, getting in your ally points, just 10,000 more and you get a blender. So we'll just be getting on. Gonna pack some lunch, pack our shit, and get. We will not be returning to hold hands and wipe noses ever. Because for the last time, Karen, your mammy done left the building. Y'all take care and get some rest. Here. Let's see, one from Follow Me on This. I don't know if you know what it's like to feel this way. If I can make you understand this cold, dread fear holding my heart, squeezing it hard, why I can't breathe right some days. I have lived in this skin a long time. 60 years is a long time. And of course, I've been afraid. I'm human. I'm Black. I'm a woman. There is an element of fear built into all those names, but I expected to live with that as the price of the ticket. A fleeting discomfort, as Stevie sings, just an ordinary pain. A thing that could be assuaged or solved, that would go away if I looked it in the eye and forbade it take residence. There is no need to pretty it with poetic turn of phrase. Most days, I'm afraid, or fearful, or watching and suspicious. It is no fair thing to have your certainty stripped, ripped away. Listen to me. In 1963, at the 16th Street Baptist Church, 4 little Black girls died of being in Sunday school. I was 4 then. Every Sunday was rose pink dress, white gloves, and patent leather shoes, Sunday school in the church basement. That could have been me. It is not something you tell a child. My parents never spoke about it, not in front of my sisters and me. I think because it could have been their 4 little Black girls. And because the horror of it was more than any parent anywhere could take. I found out about it much later, much older. I remember thinking it will never happen again. It was never supposed to happen again. And then regime fueled by racism and hate, carrying every human filth hell ever devised, was voted in by a bunch of over-entitled lick-spittle cowards afraid of change. I cried for 2 days after the election, then got mad and did what I could to keep the world on proper course. I did what I know best, and I prayed. I prayed so hard because in spite of all and everything, I still believe, I will always believe, but the evil kept coming. It got easier to be ignorant, to murder under a blue line, to put babies in cages, to lie, cheat, steal, actively perpetuate evil. And I would wake up shaking sometimes, so angry, but I still woke up. I could still work. The twisting, haunted fear in my chest still had no permanent home. In 2015, at the Charleston AME Church, 9 Black folks were massacred, heads bent in prayer. They died of welcoming a stranger to worship. It was not supposed to happen again, not in my lifetime, not dead for being Black, taking granted that sanctuary is safety. I was already living in shell shock with most of the world, but this was personal. This was to me, for me. It was not supposed to happen again. In 2016, evil clenched hands tight around everyone's heart. Now the night riders were rapists with rich families whose sons thought they should not be punished for desecrating women's bodies under just a little action. In 2020, to be Black, Muslim, brown, and breathing is an invitation to be detained, arrested, murdered with impunity, with immunity. Here is abuse of LGBTQ bodies, differently abled bodies, abuse of power, babies in cages is just another Tuesday. In 2019, the Night Riders ran the Supreme Court. Now, they run the White House. They run and ruin the country, and my spirit is tired. Sometimes I am so sick at heart that I cannot breathe, cannot take the uncertainty of leaving the house and remaining unmolested for even 5 minutes, feel as if the crosshairs of 1,000 guns are permanently trained on my back, on my chest, on my throat. My heart and my words are all I have ever been able to offer the world, the price of the ticket, but one is dying by inches, and I struggle every day, every hour to make sure the other stays woke, stays honest, stays clear. A lot of days, I just can't. No doubt you are expecting a neat and tidy end to this poem. There is none. The fear still chokes me. The valley between my shoulder blades, the hollow of my throat still aches with a painful, heartless anticipation. Not always. I am not always afraid. I am not always in despair. The dark, evil hell winds do not tempest without cease, but there is no clean air here. Every sanctioned murder, every sanctioned rape, every sanctioned, excused beating, imprisonment, torture comes, takes its place as just another doorway to all the lower circles of hell, just another news bite before dinner, just another Tuesday. There is no safety, no sanctuary. I am forced to swallow. It could have been me. It can still be me. I am forced to breathe. It could have been me. It can still be me. I am forced to struggle, making my voice do its work, make my soul stop shaking long enough to do my work. I am forced to breathe, choking. We are forced to breathe, choking. There is no clean air in this place, only a blood refrain that should never have been birthed, only our killing, bitter knowledge. It could have been me. It can still be me. You all have been fantastic. I've got one more. I want y'all to open up your mics. I want to hear the noise because we're about to have church. So unmute yourselves.
Oh my God, let's go to church. Yes.
I'm going to go to church.
Yes. The usual question is why? What made you be a poet? I've heard about how death turned some people, jail time, bad fortune. I can't claim any of that. I am a poet because even at 5, you know when the Lord is talking to you.
Yes.
I am a poet because God laid his hand on me and said, here am I, now speak.
Amen.
So if you hear something in this poem you know and believe, say amen.
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 Heard something you
Amen.
don't know but
Amen.
want to believe, sing well.
Wow.
If you don't know and can't believe, then tip your waiter and prove you tried to keep Trump the hell out of office, so you will have done something useful with your sorry self.
Let's go.
Give them 20%. Yeah.
I am a
Solid
poet
sister.
because love laid its light on my parents' marriage. They held each other's hearts like jewels, polished with 5 girls, money problems, fights, and good times, so that when my mother said no to the chemo, no to the surgery, no to the cancer, she died smiling in my father's arms. I am a poet because every 7 seconds a woman is raped, because every 2 minutes a child is molested, because every half hour somebody dies alone.
Better say it.
And every hour on the hour, government commits genocide while big business pats itself on the back. Because I applaud innovation, but tradition is the fire at which my soul warms itself. I am a poet because my nephew smiles hang the stars. I have friends and sisters whose personal job is in life to mess with me all the time. Because my baby misses me so bad when I'm away and loves me back home so sweet. I am a poet because using the language properly is like good sex. If you can't stroke it, kiss it, taste it, and then lay it down till it screams with every intended passion, keep your damn mouth shut. I am a poet. I am a poet because of Aretha Franklin, Langston Hughes, Mahalia Maya, and Dylan Thomas, Mary Evans, Sonia Sanchez, Dr. Barbieri, Nora Jones, Duke Ellington, Nikki Giovanni, and Shaka Khan. Because of Alexander Dumas, Père et Fils, Raymond Chandler, Tina Marie, and Johann Sebastian Bach. I am a poet because when Smokey sang, "Let me be the clock for the time of your life," every woman in the world said, "Tick tock, baby." I'm a poet because when I was wrong, my parents did not medicate, therapy, or offer alternative behaviors. They smacked my hand, whipped my butt, and made me hold my head up to say, I'm sorry. I am a poet because I am a Black woman in a white world whose prayers to the ancestors bring down fire from the sky that I kiss into the diamonds I want to hang in your ears, because the words retard, fag, slut, nigga bitch are still accepted and recognized parts of conversation. I am a poet because Sacagawea got jacked up on the gold dollar, Cleopatra was a sister, and because rejecting European standards of beauty, I roll out every morning so damn fine that I am illegal in all 50 states and most of the US territory. I am a poet because I know God, because I know he laid his hand on me and said, here am I.
Yes.
Now speak.
Woo.
Amen.
Let's go.
Hallelujah.
Stacy Dyson, y'all.
The doors of the church is open.
Cheer
Where's the
her
collection
on.
I
plate?
Let's
got
go.
tickets
Yes,
to
yes,
church.
yes.
Let's
Where's the
go.
collection
Hey,
plate?
the man said
Let's
so.
go. Damn, that was good. That was
Oh, go get her books, right? Come on. Support these poets. Damn it. Damn it. Are you not entertained? Are you not moved to go out and change the world? These women, that's what they're doing. God, holy damn. I got to see her perform that live. And holy shit, she is a force of nature. Yeah. Do you have stuff coming up, Stacy, that you want to promote?
Not right quick, anytime soon. Next month for, next month on the 16th of February, I'll be broadcasting for Miramar College. And then for those of you who are in and around San Diego, I will be live at San Diego State University on the 17th. I'll also be doing a Zoom for and with Bear Wolf. All y'all know him. If you don't, you should get educated. And that will happen on February the 1st.
Oh my God, I'm putting all of your information in the chat. All right, y'all, there's 23 people on this watching the feature. There's 22 left in the room. If everyone just dipped into their pocket, $3, $4, whatever you got, and send Stacy Dyson a tip, please. Go buy her book. Go buy both of her books. Go do something. Just don't do nothing, right? Please. These poets deserve to be earning for their features, and we want to make sure that we're continuing to bring features to you without charging a cover price to get into these events. So just please be generous. And if you think, well, holy shit, I'm not gonna send Stacy Dyson $3 because I'm gonna be fucking cheap, you're wrong. Right? Just like I said before, if everyone who said I'm not gonna put $3 in the fucking hat, just put $3 in the fucking hat, she'd be like way richer now. So let's get going. We all got bills to pay and food to put on the tables and clothes to put on our kids' backs. So let's just, $3 is usually $4 is usually what people can spare. Just do it. If you feel generous and you want to send her something with zeros at the end, totally fucking do that too, please. She's moving mountains. She's changing the fabric of poetry, especially for women poets. It is absolutely a phenomenal thing. My ticket is stamped. I'm on the train. Wherever Stacy goes, I go. I'm fucking ready. Let's go. If you're watching live on Facebook, her Cash App is Saint Rains, SaintRaines. She has a PayPal, which is poetswind@hotmail.com, and she is on Venmo, Stacy, STACY Dyson, DAYSON. That is her Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App. If you do not have those three modes of tender, please let us know, and we will get you hooked up with.
Please make sure to put that information in the chat right now.
I'm typing it right now. I can't talk and do that, G. I promise I'll do that. Plus, also on the Word is Right's Facebook event page, guys, to go to Facebook, go to the Word is Right's page, find the events, find this event, click discussion, and her bio with her cash handles are there as well. All right. So we're going to go back to the open mic list. If you're not on this open mic list and would like to be, let me know, please. I got Terry Rose Dirtson, Nick P, Mars, Jenna May Soldier. Jenna May Soldier's in the house, y'all. Miss Marianne Peterson, and we'll have Gigi, Melinda, Gigi Arcadia finishing us off tonight, unless anyone else wants to get on this list. So Terry Rose. Beautiful Terry Rose Dirtson. Are you ready? Yes.
Hi.
Beautiful women in this anthology is so exciting. Oh my god.
Buy the book.
Yes.
PM me if you want a copy. Love. What is it? Is it from the songs of songs inspired by the original creator? Is it the unknowable, indescribable, fleeting emotion that is too fickle to stay around for very long? Is it the thing that makes my heart beat on a daily basis and makes me want to choose between life and death? Neruda says it is the infinite ache that embodies a woman. Hatred does not cease by hatred, but only by love. This is the eternal rule. Wisdom of the Dhammapada, or the Buddhist teaching of love. How is it that with all this knowledge, there is still hatred in this world? It is so strange to expect that we humans who were created in the perfect image could not see the beauty in others, who are also fashioned in perfect love. I should read one more, I guess, because she's gone. Poison. It was fun, but you know what happens when you fly too close to the sun. Your love was poison to my heart. You seemed so charming from the start, too intoxicated to wake up from your spell. Now I know all too well how to tell the warning signs of an abuser. I survived the apocalypse of losers.
Woo! Oh my goodness, Terry Rose Jertson. Yes, I apologize. I had to go pee. I was so enthralled in Stacy's performance, I didn't even realize I had to. Yes, Terry Rose Jertson, you've got stuff coming up?
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat.
Okay, awesome. And if you want to pick up a signed copy of Touching Tongues, she's got those available. And the 31 women from 5 different countries. It's such an awesome, fun thing. We got the Men's and Them erotic anthology call coming out later this year. So, you know, get ready for that, everyone. All right, next up we got Nick P, and after Nick we have Mars.
Here I am. What a set. Wow. Stacy and Poetic Desire, you both killed it. Great work. This is a newer one, so here we go. A reclamation of my alphabet soup. Y'all can hear me, by the way, right? Is it just me? Cool. All right, awesome. My first name is very easy to pronounce. It's Nick, short for Nicholas. Easy, right? Like the basketball team in New York that's not doing so well at the moment. Or Santa Claus, because this poem is about to be like Christmas. Presents for everyone. When we get to my last name, it seems we have a slight problem of a simple pronunciation. So I want you to say it with me. Paleologos, Paleologos, pale like your last name pales in comparison to mine. EO as an equal opportunity of catching these words. Logos like what your hands grab onto each time you buy something, you sell a little piece of your soul to. As the great Lee Martinez Soto said, paleo means old or ancient. Logos means thought, principle, speech, and ancient thought that is easily misconstrued. I was told I came from a once noble blood, from Byzantine times to me in present day. In present day, people decide to double dribble around my last name, decide to travel with my letters for shits and giggles. I hoped that the whistle would have blown. The refs didn't see a flagrant offense. Don't do me any favors here. Don't think a toga party is the equivalent of makeup sex. You are not Athena or Poseidon. You are not an oracle. You do not belong on my plateau. You don't deserve your own Parthenon or Pantheon. You don't deserve the stories of our ancient treasures. When you decide to scramble the letters of my alphabet soup and vomit it back to me, don't stew on this for too long. It's easier and broken down for you. People can't even get an Omicron right. Can't even pronounce it. Can't even get a Greek letter right. How on earth are you supposed to interpret my story, let alone my last name, when you can't even interpret our alphabet? If you fail to make that correction, you won't learn my last name. What makes you think Greek mythology will teach you anything about me or the culture? I'll tell you what. I learned so much about you. You spewed garbage in my face.
Oh, Nick. Oh, Nick. Say it with me. One of us. One of us. We heart you.
That was for all the people in the past that, by the way, decided to mess with my last name when I was a kid. So for all of them that did that to me, that was for you. And I'm just gonna leave
I
it at that.
wanted to make a joke, like, did you read this to La Bruja? But then I didn't, because
Yeah, no, this is more for the people like in my past that were like, "Oh, your last name." I'm gonna go make fun of that, and like, you know,
I'm
like,
so
oh,
sorry, Nick. Well,
it's
we
all
know
good.
it now, and you know what? All them motherfuckers, they are gonna find out that everyone knows your fucking last name too, like straight fucking up. Yeah, they didn't get it back then. They're gonna know it now. Period. We got you, Nick Paley, Logos in the house. Nick does poetry with Nick P. the first and third Wednesday night of the month. 7:15 my time, which is 9:15 Eastern time. So the first and third Wednesday of the month. Go to Poetry Time with Nick P. He's amazing. He's an awesome host. We love you, Nick.
Thank you. Do you mind if I do one more though?
Yeah, totally. We're
Awesome.
winding
Okay.
down. Go for it.
All right, so this one is a little bit more imagery and a lot less in your face like that. So this one's called Walk the Crescent Moon. I walked on moonlight once. It was a beautiful paradise where the roses kissed the river goodnight, where the wind howled to me, called for me to keep going on. As the touch against my face turned my nose into faucets, endless water ran down, not just my faucets, my eyes cried too. I was looking for peace in the night sky. I caught a piece of pulsar in my heart. I felt pulses of every inch of my body, a calming effect. The walk along the streets of New York go by quickly when you are holding the hand of someone you love. Broadway lights become saffron silhouettes. When lonely, it feels peaceful. No one pays attention to you anyway. I lost myself here. Oops. No one pays attention to you anyways. They look for the next destination even though they are already where they need to be. Heaven called me many times. When the empire became a building, when Madison bloomed a garden, when stadiums became cathedrals, when restaurants became recharging ports, where cameras became poetry, an ekphrastic explanation of visual artistry in the lines. When the picture fades, memory goes next. The eyes remember the most as it takes in the glory of the night sky to remind the mind of the will of the body. A body that appears to decay. Decaying doesn't mean destroying. A rebellion the body undergoes is a rebuilding and purifying. Moonlight came out again to greet sunlight. An eclipse of emotions ran through me. Felt like I was comfortable. I was home along the lines of the Crescent. That's all. I'm done.
Nick P, you guys! Unmute your mics for Nick P! One of us.
One of
Yes,
us.
Nick,
One
Nick.
of Thank you, everyone. You all are awesome. I will drop my info in the chat, and I'm gonna say it right now. I'm gonna be guest hosting BWOMs this upcoming Monday, so
Yes!
yeah, I booked that. Let's go.
Yes! Barbed wire open mic series out of El Paso, Texas. Yes, let's go. That's so exciting, Nick. Very, very fun. All right. Yes. Let's go to Mars. Mars has been very patient tonight. Thank you so much, Mars, for being patient. After Mars, we have Jenna May. So Jenna May, it's Marcial Delgado. I was wondering, I was like, wait, is this my Mars? Damn it, Mars.
Well, yeah, what other Mars would I
I knew
be?
it was you. All right, so yo, straight up. Mars has been a feature here at Word is Right. He is a mainstay poet laureate nominee here in New Mexico. We absolutely love him. Yes, you are still a poet. He's gonna knock your socks off.
Thank you.
Yes, all right, Mars.
All right, can I read a couple or just one? Or
No, yeah, read a couple.
all right, all right. There's an old legend told in Mexico, a love story. A princess and a warrior madly in love, yet they both died of broken hearts on top of an ancient mountain. Itza and Popo joined in eternal love as Aztec gods transformed them into volcanoes. It was about 9 o'clock. I was working at the liquor store when I got the call. You told me that you were not feeling good. I told you to get some rest, drink some fluids, and I reassured you that I would be home soon. You called again. This time you told me your symptoms were getting worse. You were cold with what felt like strong indigestion, and your chest hurt. Once again, I told you to rest. I will be home soon. Finally, after a long shift, I reached my front door. I stepped inside only to find you resting on the couch. I moved you to the bed. You slipped off the mattress in a state of unconsciousness. My plasma felt like magma. As I began to panic, I called for an ambulance. I was scared. I was not ready for a burning disaster. I was not ready to watch you go. As the EMTs arrived, I carried your limp body outside. I told them the story, and all they asked was, what kind of drugs did she do tonight? I told them none. And then your eyes began to widen, and they asked you what kind of drugs you were on. And you told them none. They told you not to lie as they asked you once again what kind of drugs you were on. You told them none. The ambulance drove you away. The emergency lights felt like rushing lava as I mounted my van and rushed as fast as I can to be by your side. All I could do is repeat in my head, please don't let her die. Please don't let her die. Please don't let her die. I can't even remember the drive. A nurse led me down a bright white hospital hall to a couple of doctors who explained to me, who informed me of your heart attack. My face grew heavy and my body followed it to the ground, and I couldn't speak anymore. All I could do is cry and shake and moan and slobber. I lost control. I didn't see you until mid-morning. And I grabbed your hand and I wouldn't let go. I couldn't let go until I saw your beautiful smile again. For 3 days, I watched you breathe with your eyes closed. For 3 days, I studied every moment of your heart monitor. For 3 days, I prayed to someone I barely knew. I wasn't ready to lose you. I will never be ready to be left alone in the coldness of your ash. I won't survive. I can't survive without you in my arms. I can't survive without your love in my life. And you woke up. And with 1,000 tears flooding my eyes, I kissed your brow. And I thanked the gods for making us volcanoes. And I thanked you for coming home. Thank you.
Oh my God. Marcia Delgado. ¿Tienes uno más, no? Yeah?
Thank
Dale.
you.
You have one more,
will.
yeah?
What a roller coaster. That was such a good poem.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Incredible.
This next
Just
one's a little
absolutely
different.
incredible.
Thank you. I appreciate it. This next one's a little different than that. I could start with the mirror and a straw, a kitchen table and a rolled up dollar bill, or just scoop it up with a penny straight out of the baggie. I always imagine snowflakes that defy gravity as they fall up through my nostrils, squinting eyes and burning tear drips down the side of my face. A blistering blizzard crystallized the ground of my cerebro, a cooler full of Bud Light and the final 3 lines of a 20. Fuck it, sell me a 50. Teeth and nose are numb as hell. Teeth and nose are numb as hell, and the night is still fresh and young. A beer, a line, and a smoke. A beer, a line, and a smoke. A beer, a line, and a smoke. I can feel my heart breaking through my chest cavity. It feels as if every major organ is bouncing and twitching throughout my body. My forehead is sweating and my hands are shaking. From my tongue, words struggle with falling. A beer, a line, and a smoke. A beer, a line, 3 smokes. A beer, 2 lines, and 5 smokes. There are still plenty of brews left in the ice chest, and I got about a pack and a half of Camel Whites. I think I should be all right for the rest of the night. I think I'll have another line. Now my baggie is empty and dry. How I wish I had another line. Fuck it, from me another 50. I'm always good for it. I'll just pay him on Friday. Oh shit, that's when my rent is due. I guess the landlord will have to wait. A beer, a line, and 2 smokes. A beer, a line, and 3 smokes. A beer, 3 lines, and 6 smokes. My skin is irritated and itchy. It feels as if 100 small insects are crawling all over my skin. This stupid pimple doesn't want to pop. Oh, great, now it's bleeding. What was that noise? Someone is moving in my yard. I see dark figures running all on my walls. They're coming for me. The pinchy huras are coming to get me. Maybe I should open up the curtain and keep an eye on the window. I still got about a fat ass 20. Now I don't need to get busted for possession, so I better snort it all. A beer, 2 lines and 3 smokes. A beer, 3 lines and 5 smokes. A beer, no lines and a smoke. Damn. I need another 9. Fuck, I need another 50. I keep on connecting with his voicemail. Why won't his asshole answer his phone calls? I mean, it's only 3:30 in the morning. He's a fucking coke dealer. Why would he be sleeping? All I have left is a lonesome single brew. I snorted up all my coke and burned the last Camel Y. There must be some more residue left on the kitchen counter. I'll just scrape it up using my library card. It's a small line mixed with varnish and salt. My nose is bleeding and I hear it's falling off. There's no more party favors, so I guess I'll get some rest. I'll leave the curtain open so that if the cop comes, I'll be able to see their disco lights through the window. I can't seem to fall asleep. I just keep tossing and turning. Turn to my left and turn to my right. Turn to my belly. My skin is insects are still crawling all over me. I wonder how many blackheads I popped tonight. I wish that falling asleep was easy. I wish I had a bag of weed. My eyes can't stay closed and shut. I can't believe it's already 5:30 in the morning. I have to be at work at 7, but I think I'll have to call in today. I hope I don't get in trouble. I hope my boss doesn't fire me. Thank you. That was it.
Oh my God, Marcia Delgado! Oh my God, that is Mars. That's my beautiful friend, Marcial Delgado. This is his book. It's titled Sell Me Insanity. Marcial Delgado. Aquí en Albuquerque. Oh my God, Mars, I'm so glad you came through. Oh, please keep coming back.
Yeah.
He and his incredible wife, Stephanie, they run Voices of the Barrio here in Albuquerque. And he's a phenomenal poet and spoken word artist. And man, we got to meet Stacy in person because Marza was with me on that trip with Urban Cowboy Poet. And it was just a phenomenal fucking trip. You guys, please get his book. Mars, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram and Facebook. Man, email.
What are your handles?
I'm on Instagram, I'm Vato Made of Metal and Marcel Delgado on Facebook.
So Vato Made of Metal. I just put it in the chat. And if you guys need to get connected with him, just message us and we'll get you connected with Mars. Vato Made of Metal, Marcial Delgado on Facebook. Mars, it's so good to see you. Go hug Steph for me.
I will.
Keep coming
Thank
back.
you for having me.
We have open mics all the time here. You should come and spit your shit. I know we don't have a lot of things in person right now because of COVID, but you can still come and read your poetry anytime here.
Okay, thank you. I really appreciate it. I'll be back.
All right, thanks, Mars. Oh my God. It's like back to back my favorite people because the next person on the open mic is Jenemy Soldier. I've not seen Jenemy. It feels like in a year, at least 6 months. I have not seen this cat. I'm so excited that he is here. G, are you here?
Of course. How you doing?
Oh my God. All right. Jenemy Soldier. Oh, all I have to do is hear his voice. I picture him in the bathroom. Don't take that the wrong way. That is an inside joke.
Not in the bathroom this time. Downstairs making guac. What's up?
So we got Jenemy and then Marianne, you're on deck.
That's what's, I'm gonna spit a poem. I'm gonna read one first and then spit one if that's cool, and then we'll go that way. Fine. How y'all doing, everybody? I'm Jenemy Soldier, 1/5 of the Bird Business Slam team from Norfolk, Virginia, Hampton Roads, all that stuff, and I'm gonna spit some poems for y'all. That's all I got. Yeah. Enjoy. Train up a child in the way they my sweet tooth is starving in a candy-crusted orchard of apple bottoms. Hats off to you, parents. Thank you. for creating such bittersweet self-esteem till it tastes of delicacy to the itch in my stomach, scratching my back until Big Bad claws little red goodies out of her picnic basket, the sweetest forbidden fruit. Have you ever force squeezed the innocence like a cup of juice? It is refreshing. Deception is all in the misdirection. My intention is their attention. Your absence is the action, complementing my mission like tasting a soft Sally Walker with hands fixed on her hip. She tipped, drill twerking like swipe her. No known swiper, no swipey to prevent you say me tasting a spoonful of sugar makes me sick. How? You tempted with the private moments you shared as public. I heard the way her premature mouth tasted cussing. I got 3 heart emojis, weak as a bitch, smiley face, comment from her older cousin. Be like, girl, what we gonna do with you? So many likes, love, shares. I assume you must think it's cute. I'm just a pokey man trying to catch a peek at you. Make me so happy every time I see you, Jinx. You owe me more than a soda. See, returned mentalities like these been passed down through generations. Like recipes, they cakes be so tasty. The conversation be like, hey, little Swiss Miss, baby, ain't your mammy little Debbie sugar? You just as sweet as syrup. Hurry up, come on, give me a hug, baby. Let me show you how us love babies. And since nobody watching, I can take my time. You know, train their torsos, melt in mouthfuls. They just taste so good. And I just want to devour them like M&Ms. No, I'm not that creepy candy man riding around in nobody van. I'm your uncle, cousin, brother, mama's new man. Thank you for trusting your babies around a nice guy like me. I mean, gift wrapping a bowl like present under my tree. My sweet tooth is starving in the candy crusted orchard of apple bottoms, and you, you got them just ripe for the picking. Thank you.
Oh my God. Genevieve Soldier! Oh, I'm so glad that you came through. I've been missing you. Like, I mean
Thanks
that
for
in the
having
most
me.
professional way.
I appreciate it. The next one I'm gonna spit is one that I'm actually working on coming soon. Hope y'all enjoy it. This one I'm actually gonna read. So praise God. And different feeling. Enjoy, y'all. You hungry? Here. There's always place for an extra plate. You just deboned skin stuffed full of empty echo insides. Eat. Remember, the kitchen's inside. You hungry? For bright pots to hit dim spots when darkness finds a way to run in, ruin your day. But there is no way to ruin a day when what grandma baked in her mac and cheese, bubbling. The substance, the things we hope for now, rice drowned and cooked down, familiar, sauteed, remember, ladled over a day when we cold craving warm conversation with that precious one, nostalgia, a spaghetti sauce stain haunting a plastic bowl, empty homes, guilty conscience won't come clean when we miss spots. Second helping hugs we ain't get enough of, squeeze. You feel pots sink to the brim, what's been holding us down. Delinquent attention paid now, foreclosed plates, memory lane saved. Wow! Thanks is the things remembered now. Places baked in mouthfuls of shared smiles. Space is we can't breathe in today. We will exhale, but the weight seems heavy, chewing yesterday's mistakes. Tough, but love is tender though. Patience, so 6 silent days marinating Jericho, such a seasoning, silent walls come down. Defenses can't stand under the pressure, cooked in good stock home. It's locked pot, herb, onion, garlic, peppers, celery, green beans, potatoes, tomatoes, where mirepoix meets, you name it. Stomachs scream, snap, pea fingertips, remembering conversations between flapping knees, the air on Miss Juanita's porch, smoked meat, crock pot collapsing, all in. I bet when you feel like falling apart, God is this pot. Got gristle going to glory, baptized in a bath of liquid gold. From Alpha 2, far as the eye can see, a pot's power ranges, morphs in time, holds over, preserves heaven, is an angel's grove. Eden is eating, lip smacking deliverance in my mama biscuit. So in the beginning of Genesis, we revisit to let there be delight. Revelation settles in, emancipates the slave in us in days we left in our fields, depressed, down, shaken over 2 or 3 foul bones flock to a stove for more, though we know the hot grease gonna get us sometimes. My God, does goodwill get popped, but pain non-stick against cast iron spirit. Another breath, the achievement of a lifetime to the living. A dish we forget to appreciate the living, the gift we don't always accept as present, like every moment ain't already a perfect present. Here's a taste till we finish a 10. Dance unless we are cold slabs starving for hearts beat. There is no reason for hungry. Remember, the kitchen's always been inside. You eat. Thank you.
Oh my God, Jenny Soldier! Oh my, I'm so glad to hear you. Yes, you
Thank
fill my cup. Thank you so very much for coming through.
Great to hear from you again, Jenna May. It's so good to hear from you.
What's up, Nick?
He's
what
amazing.
up, man? It's been a minute.
You ain't think I knew who you was. I break my English. You think I know who you was. Word is or am or all the metaphors. Yes, sir. I appreciate the love and thank y'all so much.
Yes.
Love you, Jenna May.
And also to the
One of
features,
us.
definitely love the work. Love y'all too. Bang bang. And definitely to all the features, great work tonight. By the way, I've been listening for the whole time. Thank y'all so much, and everybody else who's performed. And especially, I wanted to give a super shout out. I've been waiting to say this to whoever played the music early and was singing. I don't remember names well, but I love that song. You were playing the piano and singing. I believe that was a bop in my ear.
That was
Thank you.
Stephen Blaine. Yeah,
Steven did the hell out of that song.
He's on Spotify. He's amazing. he's magic. Yes.
I can see why.
We're so
I see why he's on Spotify.
Let's go. Yes.
Yes. Ooh, may I share some words, not words, but a plug real quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm actually traveling now. I will be in Texas. Did I get that one from Texas?
We're in Texas.
I'll be in Texas. That's what I'm trying to find the stuff. I should have had all this stuff up. I will definitely shoot the information out, but I will be performing at an event. It actually got texted to me by the person who did the flight, so I can find it even quicker. Okay. And boom shakalaka, slide down, bam. And this is, let me find the address. Boom. It's in Arlington, Texas, 1402 West Mayfield
Oh, that's
Road.
Houston. That's far from me.
I'm just letting it out there for anybody who can.
But that's okay.
Boom.
If you're in the Houston area, like Cerebellum Mental, there's a bunch of posts down there. That's going to be
February
amazing.
the 20th, between 6 to 8 is going to be me and Mr. Speaker and another poet named Supernatural doing the event. And yeah. February the 20th, we getting flued out. We're going to say the words and do the stuff. I'm super excited. And other than that, I'm actually competing for my spot in the Grand Slam, coming back up for the 757 again. When is that, Jesus? This first Wednesday, I think it's the first Wednesday of February. So I'm very nervous. I always am. And I just want to be awesome and do the things and say the stuff and get the 10. So thank y'all.
All right, well,
for
I'm
listening.
going to Google flights right now, but I guarantee you,
oh my God.
Shit.
Thank you.
And to watch, it would have to be Houston Hobby because it would have to be Houston.
That was in Arlington. I'm not sure if that's the same, but this Arlington is the address that we just gave.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see. Because I've got lots of traveling to do this year. But yeah, if you're in the Houston area, go February 20th. Jenna May Soldier, just go find him. He'll pop all of that on the Word is Right page too, so people can follow that. Cerebellum Mentals and there's a bunch of poets in Houston. Houston has a big poetry scene, so yeah. All right, thank you so much, Jenna May. So Gigi said she wanted to go later, so I have Marianne Peterson. I think let me look at the list before I do this because I hate to cut Gigi off if I said Marianne, Gigi, then Thomas. All right.
Okay. This one is called Another Death. I wrote yesterday. Another death hit us. He was grandpa to my son. He was a father of 3 kids. He was suffering from cancer and kidney failure. He's not suffering anymore. He was found dead in his home by one of his sons. He gave me a birthday card for my recent birthday. He was a stubborn man too. We will miss him. That one. The next one I'll do is I accept myself. I wrote on the 11th of this month. Accept myself as I am. Accept all my flaws. I can't be perfect. Accept what happened before in my life. I can't change it. Accept my disabilities. Accept my fast-paced life. Accept that I have it really good now. Accept my writing abilities as they are. I accept everything now.
Yes, Marianne Peterson, Miss Matter of Fact, Straight No Chaser is what we call her on Instagram. Yes. You got one more, Marianne? You want to do another?
Yeah, I can do another one. Let's see, which one do I want to do? I'll just do my I Am a one that I wrote on the 13th, which was my 46th birthday. I'm a mother. I'm a poet. I'm a self-published author. I'm a caring person. I'm unique. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm a woman. I am lovable. I'm a survivor. I'm very creative.
Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, and you know what? And I was looking up Arlington Geneme, and it's actually Dallas. When I used to play pool professionally, I toured a lot in Texas, and I always thought this one friend of mine who lived in Arlington was in the Houston area, but no, it's Dallas area. So it's only like 10 hours from me. So I might drive. Sure, I might just drive.
Ooh, the shimmy shake. Ooh.
Yeah, 10 hours is easy. I'll do 10 hours easy. Maybe I'll take some poets with me. Snap. Oh, damn. Let's go. And I have a friend who lives in Houston. In the Dallas area. So depending on where the venue is, I'll see where their house is, and maybe I can even make arrangements to stay with them. That would be dope. All right.
If I can, I'll drop that. I'll see if the flyer is allowed. If I can drop it in there, just if I know how to do. I'll try to drop that in the chat.
Send me like the address
to you
of
all day.
the venue.
Can I send you the flyer? It has everything.
You can send me the flyer, and I'll look at it and see where that is, because I'm totally down for fucking road tripping in Texas. I'll tell you right now that some of the El Paso poets and Albuquerque poets will probably go to Dallas to go to whatever this is.
Side note, I just made some fire ass guac. This shit is delicious. I cook real good, y'all. really, really well. I'm using my English because I'm with poets, but this guac is fire. Continue, Pastor.
Oh my God, let's go. Yes. Another poet who I can't wait to meet in person is our next poet, Gigi Melinda. Gigi. Arcadia. You would think I would know it by now.
I love it when you say my name, my whole name, because I have Gigi as a stage name, so people don't have to, because it's such a long ass name. So my name is Gigi, and it is short for Melinda Jody Marie Arcadia. It's a mouthful. So am I. All right, I got 2 poems tonight. It's so funny that you were talking about Texas, Marissa, because this first poem is called Dallas Now Boarding. You can find me at iron_resilience on Instagram or arcadian-poetry.com. I just released a book because of the wonderful Red and Green books, so you can buy that book on my website. All right, so I got 2 for you. This first one is called Dallas Now Boarding. To the woman flying from Texas while we were in Minneapolis, I'm too nosy for my own good. And there is a stillness in terminals before boarding. I wanted to tell you something, but it's a something that isn't a word, just a feeling. I heard you talking on the phone. There are things you can't do in an airport. Comforting a stranger isn't one of them. I know your mother was dying. You said she declined this week from only needing 5 milligrams of oxycodone to a long elixir just to endure the stiffness of living. You said you hoped she went soon because you had already lost your mom. Appointments no longer mattered. I know that feeling, but this isn't about me. No, this isn't about my grief. This is your story. There are things you can't do in an airport, but God, I wish I could have. I wanted to sit next to you, not to talk to you and tell you that it will be okay, but just to let you know you aren't alone, even in an airport. And maybe I'm the selfish one for wanting to play a part in your story, but I didn't. Not this time. I was just a bystander, a viewer to a story that isn't original, a story with no miracles. Airports are no place for comfort. There is no camaraderie in a terminal, but to the woman going home to Dallas, I hope you made your flight. I hope you got there in time. And I got one more for y'all. This one I wanted to read tonight because it is inspired by Stacy Dyson. I absolutely adore her. And we were having a conversation once, and she told me, she gave me a really nice compliment, and that is what the title of this poem is called. So this one is called Gold Throat. Where is talent? What if it's something that you're not always born with? What if it's birthed from a womb that couldn't nurture it, from the bearing of rawness from the clenching of jaws? What if poetry is not something to create, but to capture, to hold it down on a page and encapsulate it? I was told my poetry is not polished, it's rough, like hands of people who work. My poetry is one of unearthing gravesides as I unbury relatives so you can see them. I've heard polished poetry is boring. I didn't have time to polish my grief in between the measuring of morphine dosing for a dying father. I only had the rawness of words, the beating of grief. I write poetry for those who know it doesn't get better, it gets different. And that's okay. If someone tells me there's a silver lining, I hope it's one made of wire so I can strangle you with it. A woman told me I'm a woman with gold in her throat, and I wonder if that's why I always choke on every single fucking word and emotion. Did I ever have a lisp, or maybe I just never learned to not speak in stanzas? I'm a woman with unrefined gold in her throat. I'm not polished. No, I'm accessible for you to get the message that it's okay, that grief won't ever go away. It doesn't get better. It gets different. But there's still company for the living. There's still gold to be found. Thank you, everyone.
Oh my God.
Next man in the house.
Gigi just killed it. He did that.
Yes. Yeah,
Thank
absolutely. Right. I mean, I'm
so
so humbled and honored to write, to help publish your book. Like, y'all, if you knew Gigi's story, then you would feel like it's possible for you to do this, right? And I'm just so humbled and grateful to see the growth of all these poets. Yeah, I wish I could plant the experience of the 20 poets we did this year into these next poets and give them the same hope and belief. But it is possible. These poets are amazing. You can have a book. And speaking of poets, Thomas Connor is going to round out our evening, and I'm so excited that Thomas is going to be one of the poets we're publishing this year. I'm just so beyond excited. He's just a mainstay, and he has a great sense of humor, and he lets me give him crap, which I like totally appreciate. And I don't take too much advantage of that, just like a little bit. And Generalissimo Brian Franco is going to take over the after hours party. So if you want to stay for the after hours, you want to continue to read it and do all of that, please know, if you're watching live on Facebook, that when Thomas is done reading, we'll do our toast. We're going to shut down the live. We're going to turn off the recording, and we're going to give it over to Generalissimo Brian Franco. So you're not going to know what the fuck we're doing. You got to be in the Zoom room to be in the know and to have the camaraderie and the poetness that we all share with one another. So yes, please get to the Zoom room if you would like. Thomas Connor, are you ready?
Yes, I am. I'm watching my Green Bay Packers because I'm also a Packers fan.
I'm watching you too. 333.
10-10. My two teams, Jets and Packers. That's my father's team. So I carry on the tradition. So I'll just get to my poem. I remember my block just between Farragut and Foster, East 29th Street, Flatbush Ave, a few blocks away. House painted in red brick color, porch and wood green faded. Graffiti, cracked concrete, skelly chalk on the sidewalk. Second floor stairs, they creak, and the sound of old wood, it peels, reveals scabs of a past that revisits every so often. Skies hover in gray with just a sliver of blue. Through the skylight, I see the clouds. Just one flight, I jog. Burgundy stairs begin to creak. Throughout time, they too begin to peel, with just a touch of brown left in its wood. Around the corner, Saturdays at Vanderveer Projects, always dangerously lit. As I held the football under my arm, I wanted to play. As I walked across the wooden porch angry, as bullets doused windows and doors that day. Neighborhood and vestibule, as they peeked and ducked, these memories in my pen kept sacred, yet still alive in these pages that never seem to fade, like we all do eventually. Memory Box, 1981, end poem.
Oh, Thomas Connor.
Thank you, thank you,
Oh my goodness.
thank you.
Did you want to do one more? Do you have another one you want to do?
Yeah, I have another one.
Okay.
This pen wants to tell you of broken dreams and words too hard to say. Unwritten prose, unfinished essays, descriptive, you could feel it on your tongue. Yet they are too hard to corral. So I digress, pull back into the now. I broken and splintered, yet my words still need to be heard. Of a home too broken to stitch, Mami Asanadora did her best. Taught me to convalesce, heal and unscab the past. Her weary face always covered by a smile. Through the glass, through her glass mask cracked, I guess it just didn't fit anymore. Thoughts of her passing too hard to corral. I saw her lay there motionless, lifeless. I wish I was blinded by the light. The reflection in the window, bright and broken, just like my heart. I, now solemn and alone, but now popped, welcomed her home. End poem.
Oh man. Oh, Thomas Connor, everyone. Oh,
Beautiful.
let's applaud. Let's unmute our mics. Applaud everyone from tonight.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone. That was a tough one to write. I almost broke down, guys. I almost broke down, but it was tough. It was tough.
The tough ones are they're so necessary. So thank you so much, Easter Poetic Desire and Stacy Dyson, for being here tonight. Thank you, all of the poets who shared. If you're sticking around for the after hours, no need to do anything. Just sit tight, sit right there. If you're online and you would like to be here for the after hours led by Generalissimo Brian Franco, you got to get to the Zoom room. I put the Zoom link in the live feed, as well as it's also on our event page for tonight's event on the Word is Right Facebook page. All right, so let's do this. Let's do a toast. We're going to do the regular toast that we do for for Saturday nights. So everyone grab a glass or a bottle in Jeff's case, or just pretend you have a glass. And I'm going to bid you a toast, and we'll turn all the lives off, and the rest of you just sit tight. All right, here we go. You need a Packers one, Thomas. At least it's not 49ers, right? It's fine. All right, I can't hear you, but I'm sure you're apologizing. All right. All right, here's to health and your company, and one for the lasses. Let's drink and be merry, all of our glasses. Let's drink and be merry, bad thoughts to refrain, for we may or may not ever all be here again. Good night. Thank you, sweet poets, so much for being here. We'll see you next Saturday night. Woo!